Welcome to the Off-Brand Golf Show, coming to you live from the Off-Brand Studios in a clubhouse in a desert by a cactus. What is up? I am your show host, Walker Vestgood. No pro talk allowed on this show. It's all amateur hour and not U.S. Open amateur golf. I'm talking about downright Muni, goat track, bar chatter, complete amateur shit. So relax, grab some suds. I promise it's going to be weird. You're going to like it. It's golf, but completely off-brand golf. So I'm very enthused to be here right now for a number of reasons. One is I'm recording on a Friday, which is not the usual play for me. That's good. We've got some good topics today. I'm not going to run them down. We're going to, they're actually being controlled by someone else, which is pretty rare, as I am a golf show Nazi around these parts. I also have somebody inside the studio who we'll bring on in a moment. But for now, just want to remind everybody that we are brought to you by offbrandgolf.com. Offbrand.golf. God, I fuck this up all the time. Now I've got to cut it. Nope, you're still quiet. Nope, none for you. Just a quick reminder that we're brought to you by offbrand.golf. Offbrand.golf is your place for off-brand golf equipment, reviews, and the Off-Brand Golf Show. Offbrand.golf is the only online golf shop to offer all of the non-legacy brand golf products in one place. Most of the new-to-market golf brands exist in a direct-to-consumer model, which is sold exclusively from their own websites. But in 2020, Offbrand.golf sought to combine all these new brands in a new store where other stores only pay attention to legacy golf brands. So Offbrand.golf, check it out today. Also, a small reminder that this show is brought to you by my wallet and my checking account. So in order to kind of offset that, we're trying to be monetized on YouTube. So if you would just hop on over there, if you're already listening to us there, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because that will help us get paid, which means I can take more time off work, which means I can make more of these shows, and the golfing content that you're seeing on the channel, everything else, super, super helpful. So enough of trying to pay the bills. There is a reason why we're recording on Friday, and that's because I pulled a certain person out of her vineyard in order to get her on the show, which I've been trying to do for months now. And she, we fight so often that we can't find a moment where we get along.
I'm a very busy person.
No, you fight with me all the time. Let's do it right now.
I'm wondering if we're going to get through this without fighting.
This show?
Yeah.
We won't fight.
We both have very strong opinions.
We've actually fought like 3 times ever. Or at least that's what I say.
Give or take. But when we fight, it's meaningful. Like, we fight. Like, we don't bicker. Bickering's annoying. We just straight up have it out.
We've never fought on a golf course.
No one even knows who I am right now. I'm just we have fought on a golf course. Or before a round. I don't know. You've gotten snippy with me, and I've gotten...
Oh, there was the one time
perturbed.
when you had your work thing, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
That was a good story. So I would like to introduce you to my at least golfing better half, if not my lifetime. She's my life partner, better half.
You're so sweet.
Veronika Vestgood, everybody. Veronika Vestgood.
What up?
Please cheer. I wish I had cheering noises on this thing. It would be awesome.
I'm disappointed. I want a refund.
I don't have cheering voices?
Mm-hmm.
But I do.
That's right. People will be cheering in the comments from my amazing content.
Yeah, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't...
He's trying to manufacture...
A run? That took forever to find that drop.
Oh, the ballpark vibe.
Is that ballpark vibe?
Yeah, we need like a golf clap. How do you not have a golf clap?
Oh my God, how do I not have a fucking golf clap?
That's why you gotta have a woman involved. We think of these details. You donkeys just sitting here and talk about banging cart girls, you idiots.
Whoa. So you've never banged a cart guy?
I have not, but there have been a couple of cart girls that have tried to follow me in the bathroom once or twice before. Remember that one? What? Oh, we shouldn't call her out.
You don't have to, as long as you don't say their name, you can.
I guess there's more than one.
No, yeah, the thing is, the problem is there are definitely people who would listen to this that go to that golf course, and the girl is recognizable enough that you would see her and be like, that's the one that tried to bang Veronika in the bathroom.
We're going to allow her to remain anonymous.
What happened there? What happened there, though?
There was just a vibe. I mean, not like from me to her, but from her to me. I don't know. Maybe they just get sick of dealing with all you like drunk, fat, old dudes, and finally a hot chick comes along, and they're just like, yes. I don't know.
So this girl
Maybe that's just her jam.
This girl rolls up, and Veronika's golf attire is always on point. So,
that's sweet, because sometimes you tell me I dress like a lesbian.
So she wears sleeveless golf polos, so everybody knows that that's like an LPGA, certain sexuality worn attire. But I mean, you look pretty feminine in it.
Well, but when I'm poolside, I don't want to have like the farmer tan on my bicep. Like that would look more butch than my sleeveless polo.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. You always look amazing. So she's rocking some cute outfit, and I'm sure bright colors, as we like to do in the Vestgood household. I almost said Westwood. By the way, shout out to Lee.
Shout out to Lee.
His birthday was on Tuesday, I think. So he turned 5 million years old.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, so we're playing this golf course. I'll just say it's in California. It's one of my top. It's my favorite course in California. But we're playing there, and everybody's going to think it's Pebble, and it's not Pebble. And this woman comes up and is trying to sell us alcohol like fucking 10 in the morning or whatever. But
it's not a bad idea.
She must have told you 3 different times, I think, that like how attractive you were. And it was not in a way that's like, oh, you're so cute. It was like,
no, I think
eat my box.
Did she? Okay, easy. Did she actually come into one of the bathrooms with me at the same time?
I think so. I think you were in the bathroom and like she parked her cart and then just rolled in there behind you.
My rape whistle that I had at the tournament.
And then she went on in the bathroom to continue to compliment you.
Look, I'm all about ladies hyping up other ladies, so I'll take the compliments. It's all good.
It was good. So normally there are a few segments that we have on the regular. So we can jump into.
No, I'm taking the whole thing over.
Oh, fuck it. Never mind.
The whole thing is mine.
Do it.
It's my agenda. It's my topics. It's my content. This is the Veronika Vestgood takeover. You have no idea what we're about to talk about.
The Veronika off-brand Vestgood show.
So people love lists.
Yeah.
People really enjoy lists.
Yes.
So I made a list.
Okay.
And this is like golf girlfriend, wife, significant other tips and tricks, if you will.
Okay. For just in life?
No, for being with someone that likes golf and like going out on the golf course.
Oh, for like dating.
Yes.
Okay.
Like being in your significant other's golf world.
Okay.
So we've got 3 myths, 3 FYIs on etiquette, and 3 pro tips for all my golf significant others out there that want to partake in this hobby of their spouses, boyfriends, whomever their life partner is.
Okay.
So you want to dive right into them?
I do. Yeah.
I don't feel like you're very interested in this.
No, I am. We're definitely doing golf in the news because you'll enjoy that. Golf in the news is good. But we'll hold that off till the tail end. It's always at the tail end anyways. Perfect. Okay, so let's go.
Okay. So I've got 3 myths. Again, these are like golf girlfriend, wife, significant other tips and tricks here. 3 myths. Do you want me to hit you with all 3 at once? Or do we go one at a time and discuss them? Because I'm curious to get your hot take on each of them.
One at a time.
Okay. Myth number 1. Your significant other doesn't want you to go out golfing with him.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like a lot of golf girlfriends and wives think like there's no way he wants me to go out there with him. Do you think that's accurate?
If he's playing with his buddies or has a time with his buddies, then yeah, he doesn't want you out there.
Well, sure, but in general.
Yeah, I mean, like if you are dating a guy who plays golf so much that he's like playing by himself, he's always going to be cool with you going out there. I think, right?
I just think that
No, I think it's a myth, right? So
Totally.
meaning that people believe that that's true, but most people would be open to it if they're going out and playing by themselves.
like I feel like people think that golf is like this just forbidden activity, that it's like the boys club and girls are not allowed and they are not welcome, and you do not want your girlfriend, fiance, wife to go golfing with you.
Yeah, so I think two things about this. One is during the pandemic. So pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, I would see almost no women on the golf course. Even like, unless they were like junior, female golfers that were serious golfers at a young age.
Sure.
I saw no women of your advanced age. No.
Define advanced. Jesus, I'm not even 40. And look who's talking. You're 7 years older than me.
70. I'm 70 years older than you, mentally.
Jesus. Going off the rails quickly. Can you stay on task? Is it a myth or not? I think it's a myth.
It's a myth. Yeah. No, I agree, because I think I think there's greater female My point is there's
Sure.
greater female participation, I think, in the game overall. And there's definitely been way more wives and girlfriends rocking the cart that I've been paired with everywhere. Like, because we started out where you were doing that. You just come and drive and
Totally,
hang
yeah.
out.
I did not play golf when we started dating.
Yeah. And there...
Now I hit bombs. That's not, if there's a fact check at the end of this, that is false.
You do hit bombs.
I hit a bomb on occasion slightly by accident.
Yeah, for a 3,700 handicap, you hit.
It's not that bad. Maybe like 370, not 3,700.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing about the significant others going golfing together. I think that couples should trial it maybe, or a good time to do it is when you're on vacation.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Like when I think about our trip to Denver, which we had been dating a whole 2 months, and it was like, this is pretty ballsy getting on a plane with each other, and we might open the emergency exit and throw one another out. We've survived. But when I think about that trip, the image...
Is that a reference to a recent trip? Or is are you just... You know what's funny is
I'm just
everybody
saying it was
listening...
brave to travel together sub 2 months into the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I think about that trip to Denver, though, what comes to mind is Arrowhead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that golf course is stunning. And so the thing is, when you travel, don't get me wrong, I love a pool and a beverage and hanging out at the bar just as much as the next guy. But golf courses do such a good job of representing the local landscape and vibe that you really get a view of a city that you're not going to get hanging out downtown. So I just think that, like, do you remember actually?
I feel like you're saying something I've said to you.
Really?
Yeah, that's like my whole... So I constantly tell people that when the absolute best thing about being a golfer is that when you travel to new places, it forces you to rent a car and travel to golf courses.
Yeah.
And now you're in the car driving through. Like prior to that, I think I would just go on vacations and we'd fly into Chicago and then we'd never leave the Wrigleyville area.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then that's all I saw.
Yeah.
So this allows you to drive to different parts or different corners of whatever city, right? You go to Nashville or Denver. So like we saw the perimeter of Denver and like all the other towns like Aurora and school shooting locations.
They're like, oh my God, you guys went all the way out there? I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing. What I'm saying is golf courses do an exceptional job of highlighting the local vibe, terrain, climate, whatever. So it's just, and actually on that trip to Denver, remember that sweet little couple? She had like got him a golf trip for their anniversary or something, and that's what they were there doing.
Right.
Anyway, I think that's instead of, oh, I'm going to go to the spa and you go golf and we'll meet up later, and then she's annoyed that you had a ton of beers on the golf course and now you're going to dinner and y'all are irritated with each other. Just go out on the course with them. It's fun. It's pretty. You're outside. You leave your phone in the cart, in your purse. Go have a good time. So
yeah, there are girlfriends, at least that I've had, that would rather stab themselves in the eye than go out there. But if you're like an outdoorsy person,
it's not even being outdoorsy, actually.
Okay.
Because I'm not exceptionally outdoorsy. Like I don't camp. I'm not outdoorsy, but I like to be outside.
All right.
Two totally different things.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Myth number one is that my
Right.
significant other doesn't want me to go
If you like to be
out
outside.
there.
Yeah. You don't need to be outdoorsy, but if
Sure.
you like to be outside.
Totally. So the myth is my significant other does not want me to go. That's not actually true. He may not want to ask you because he feels like you're going to be like, oh my God, that's so boring. And he's be like, well, I don't even fucking say anything. And then it's annoying. So it's just like, I'm going to go do my thing. But if you actually put down your phone and be present and just try a little bit to be engaged
Right.
and observe the surroundings and enjoy yourself, you might have a great time.
Right.
So just try it.
All right.
All right. Myth number 2.
Okay. How many of these are there? No,
You
not
said
because of that. I'm just
distracted.
curious.
Just 3.
Okay.
3 myths, 3 tips of etiquette, and 3 pro tips.
I'm not distracted. I got to take notes.
Oh, okay. Number 2. Golf is just something that miserable husbands, fiancés, boyfriends do to get away from you.
I'm going to argue with this one. This is not
Do you
a
think
myth.
it's a fact?
This is not a myth.
Okay, it's a fact.
It's a fact. What,
But not
let's hear-
exclusively. Like, you don't golf to get away from me.
No.
Right.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not every, like,
A lot of men genuinely go golf because they like it. It's not because they just have to get away from their wife. There's plenty of that. I am not saying that doesn't exist, but
Okay, so
wholesale, I think a lot of women are like, no, you want to go golfing because you want to be away from me. And it's like, no, bitch, I just like to play golf. Like, that's it.
So I think there's a Venn diagram, right? And there's probably
It's like
several.
the crazy hot matrix. So can we make a golf one?
Yeah. So I think there's 2 circles, right? So circle 1 is guys who like to play golf. Circle 2 is,
Guys that hate their
or
wife.
no. When you play golf, you're doing it for 2 circles. 1 circle is I like golf. 2 circles is I'm getting away from my wife and kids. And I would say that the overlap in those circles where both of those things are happening
Yeah.
is very high. Like we're talking 75% overlap.
And, you know, we've talked about this, though. I think part of the reason is there are so many women that don't, like, it's just like, absolutely not. We had these kids. I'm not taking care of them by myself. You're staying here. So when guys only get to go golf a handful of times a year, it is like, I want to get the hell away from you because I never get to do this. But so there's this like novelty to it where it's like, just let the guy go play golf every now and then. Now, y'all are probably like, this girl is all pro guys golfing and this was to be like the girl wife tips. There should be some balance in the relationship. We are not married. We do not have children. Hallelujah for that. But for those of you that do, I love that journey for you. That's beautiful. But I think there needs to be a balance. So if you're like, yo, I want to go play golf next Saturday, then I think it's fair for her to be like, cool. Then the next Saturday, I'm going to go to lunch with the girls and go shopping for 4 hours.
And
you'll
then
watch
he
the kids.
straps the kids into a golf cart and goes out there
Hey,
anyways.
whatever you do with them while I'm at lunch and having dinner or drinks, whatever, with my girlfriends, I don't care. Just keep the kids alive. Mm-hmm. So I think if there was more of a balance of like, I'm not saying keep score, but like be fair. It's fair that the wife or girlfriend gets to go do shit she wants to do. He should be able to go golf, but it's a balance. But
Can you hear that?
yeah, sounds like a raggedy old mattress in like a college dorm room.
You would know.
Kind of bootleg equipment do you have in here?
No, this thing's bullshit.
Anyway, I think a lot of women or girlfriends jump to that mentally, and they shouldn't go all the way there. He's not necessarily doing it just to get away from you. That may be an added bonus, but he probably genuinely just wants to go play golf.
Yeah, I think there's a great percentage of men where that's an added bonus. And I think there are a great percentage of men who do want to get away from their significant others.
Sure.
I mean,
but it's not specific to golf. They would like to get away from them to do anything. This just
Yeah,
happens
that's what
to
I'm
be
saying.
a good
Yeah, it's not-
time-consuming hobby.
right, because they can get away with being gone for like 7 hours and explain like, oh, I'm behind
Even
the
though
slowest.
ladies, nothing over 5 or 5.5. Like the marshal's gonna kick them off. So that's bullshit. Unless they're playing 36 holes.
Yeah, so there's,
Yeah.
I mean, what's interesting, actually, I don't even think I've ever talked about this on the show, but being a guy who like travels around and plays in random courses where, you know, by myself and I get paired with random people, when somebody realizes like I'm in Toronto and I'm playing golf and, you know, I'm by myself and they're like, you know, they're always fascinated. Oh, you're here from work. Yeah. And they're like, how do you get time to play golf? Oh, I just come out a day early or leave a day late. And they're like, oh man, like, how do you do that? Like leave the kids at home and like, oh, I don't have any.
Yeah, I didn't
Right.
have any. So
And
I
they're
couldn't do
like,
this.
what? Wait, you must not be married. No, not married either.
Also correct.
Right. And so there's these guesses, which are almost always true. And then after that, it's,
Don't do it.
right. So what's crazy is,
Maintain your freedom for all of
dude,
us.
all of a sudden these guys, they get a guy who is not married, doesn't have kids, like out golfing and traveling, the world, and the golf cart becomes a couch in a psychiatrist's office, and they just start spilling all this shit on you. And like, I'll even ask questions where I'm like, dude, like, let's just say, you just talked about, then they'll say like, that's like, wait until you're ready. Like, and a lot of guys, I think, assume, probably because of my shitty behavior, that I'm much younger than I am. So what they'll do is they'll be like, wait till you're 40 something, or wait.
All that gray hair, they know.
Listen here, I'm wearing a hat, you fucking girl.
Yeah.
So now you know why it's been months that she hasn't been in here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. You sit on this gray head, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I was wondering, how long have we been at this? I was wondering how long it was going to take for you to make a wildly inappropriate comment.
That's not wildly inappropriate, and we've been doing it for 21 minutes. That's all-time record.
We should have taken it over. Yeah, I'm actually impressed. It took more than 20 minutes. Okay, so that's myth number 2. But all these guys are like, all right, well, stay the course.
No,
we have a couple other lists to get to.
Listen, we got all the time in the world right now.
No, we got to go to the range later and hit bombs.
So they will just start admitting all kinds of crazy shit to you. Like,
I love my kids and I wouldn't send them back technically, but
no, some of them will be like, I wish, they'll be like, dude, I wish I hadn't have done it. Yeah. Like, hadn't have done it ever, or I wish I would have waited until I had
Totally.
Like most guys, I think, just in life, their regret is that they didn't wait to get married until they started making money, because they would have liked to have been single and unattached when they had a decent amount of coin.
Sure.
Because they would have gotten to see a million other things that they'll, their vacations now are relegated to fucking Legoland and, mouse places with mice. So anyways, okay.
Yeah, this could spiral into a much more complex topic because, kids are great. We love
By
kids.
the way, we don't
adhere.
kids. Around here, there's tangential conversations.
I'm just trying to keep the people engaged, give them what they want, which is a list. All right, myth number 3. Golf is boring if you're not playing. False. Fake news. Inaccurate. Absolutely not.
Okay. Okay. Explain this one.
So I think a lot of women, girlfriends, significant others, companions think that going out golfing is like sitting at home watching golf. They are not the same at all.
Do you have examples where people, like, do you have a girlfriend who kind of thought that it was that way and then they went out with their significant other? And
no, I think watching golf, it's funny because I was trying to think of, parallels or similar situations. Like, how boring would it be to watch someone sit on their couch and scroll on Instagram? It would be very boring.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends where I'm like slapping their shit
right,
across
and
the
you're
room.
like, dude, yeah. So that's boring to watch, but it's fun for the person doing it. Watching golf and playing golf are two different things. And so when you're on a golf course, one of the things that I love is that surely everyone listening to this knows that generally it's a foursome. 4 people tee off at the same time and play the whole round together. There may not be 4 people at that particular tee time, but in general, they load it up. So if you, Walker, are a single and I'm hanging out caddying, there could be another single and then a couple, there could be 3 dudes and it's us, whatever the combination is. But you approach the first tee box and you are about to spend, call it 5 hours with 3 total strangers. You're not on your phones. You're not doing playing a card or strategy game. Like, you're literally hanging out with these people for 4 hours. You don't do that when you're sitting on the couch watching golf. You're just sitting there watching, them zoom in on this shot and this shot and that shot. So you're hanging out with these people. You're figuring out where are they from, what do they do. You're shooting the shit. My big thing about when people are like, oh my God, you go golf with them so much, like that's got to be torture. I'm like, dude.
No way. Who in your circle is saying that?
Not like my close friends, but just like at work and new acquaintances. And they're just like, oh my God. Because literally like every weekend, basically, we're on a golf course. And I'm like, here's the thing. It gives me 4 to 5 hours to be outside. We've got a Bluetooth speaker, so we're listening to great music. We've got a cooler of amazing drinks. We have delicious snacks. The sun is out. The birds are chirping.
By the way, for just so everybody is well aware, and
don't
she
skip
deserves
to the
props.
pro tips.
I'm just going to say Veronika is world class with the drink selection and snack selection for pretty much any occasion. However, golfing and traveling is on point. So I'm just giving you well-deserved props
They
in a public
say
forum.
the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Is that the quote?
It's his dick, but
I know that, Jesus.
I mean the stomach. It is, but the stomach's second place for sure.
That's great. So you're hanging out with folks, you're listening to music, the sun's out, you're getting a little sun, you're having drinks. And when you watch normal people play and you're kind of like, you're near them on the fairway or maybe you're not, and then you all get back together at the green, it's just this very fun social thing where maybe everybody's drinking, maybe everybody's not. Some people don't.
A swinger couple will try to bang you in a Arizona golf course.
Yeah.
Wait, that was in Arizona?
Was it?
Do you remember the
Was
folks
in
that bought us Weller?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was.
Was that Arizona or was it Denver?
That was another woman on a golf course that wanted to bang you.
Listen.
Right? The wife. That was in Arizona. We were way
She
out.
was really hot.
We were way out somewhere.
Yeah.
And they were there. And she was like older, but very attractive.
But it was cute because they were an older couple, and then they had their like older guy friend with them, like a sweet little, it was like a little grandpa, and then Aaron's playing, and then I'm just hanging out. But honestly, I don't even think I could count on one hand the number of times in 2 years that we've been paired with people that suck. Honestly. And even if they suck at first, we break them, and then they love us, and then we have a great time on the back
they
nine.
suck as people, not
Correct.
at golf?
Plenty. I could probably count on one hand the people we play with that don't suck. No, they suck as humans, not as golfers.
Yeah,
So
there's been a couple of real fucking peaches. Twice, I think.
Really?
2 times.
I think I remember a guy, that older guy that one time that I introduced myself, and I could tell he wasn't interested, but then he was very nice by the end. Anyway, my point is...
I remember a cunt.
Oh,
there was one.
Strong language.
It's okay. We're rated
Hide your
R.
kids, okay, good. Thank God. Is that even R? I feel like that's like worse than R.
Cunt?
Is that R? Oh, God. It just hurts. It like stings. Anyway.
What stings worse about that word, the C or the T?
It might even be the in the middle. I
think it's the middle part.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, the point is, like, get off the internet, put your phone down. We don't all hate each other. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, you live in hippie liberal California. It's a shithole. And I'm like, if you're in the heart of San Francisco or LA, sure.
Yeah.
If you go to any other part of the state, they're totally normal people, generally pretty close to the middle. We don't hate each other. Everybody's getting along. We're like, it's a lot of fun. So it's just like, Twitter is like the sewer of humanity. Get off your phone and just go hang out with strangers. It's a lot of fun. And it's cute because then the guys like get a bro crush and then they want to they're like courting each other after the round. Like, oh, do I ask this guy for his number so we can play again? And then and we'll get in the car and I'm like,
I
he
just
wanted your
talked
number.
about that.
And you're like, oh, I feel bad.
Yeah,
and
we
it's
just
like,
talked
there's
about that
bro
in our
guilt
last
for
one.
not. Yeah. So anyway, golf is not what you see on TV.
Yeah.
At all.
All right. So
It is not boring for a real life spectator.
So I think I agree with that. That's a myth. It's not the same. It's definitely some sort of social event if you're not playing and hanging out.
For sure.
That's fair. Okay.
And you're like in it. And I think that's one of the reasons why golf got so popular during COVID was because it was a sport that you could actually get really close to. Even in a time where there weren't any sports on TV even. And so for me to be out there walking around on a putting green with folks playing sports, I'm just like, oh, thank God it's not, COVID news in the house. Like you're out there. I can't get that close to any sport. And as an adult, you're not really playing a lot of sports that it's just, I don't know, it's kind of an intimate thing. You're out there with your little group and it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
All right. So golf doesn't suck for
the
spectators.
ladies, give it a shot. If your man is cool with you showing up and he's going out to play by himself, do it. I will say that there is a caveat. No dude wants you out there with his chick. No dude wants you out there with his fellas.
Oh.
It's almost universal. And furthermore, his fellas don't want you out there.
That's probably accurate.
That's more, I think, the case. So don't be prying yourself into that.
For
but
sure.
Like if he's
because we don't want y'all coming to hang out with us at lunch or whatever,
look,
right?
If your boy,
there's some separation of church and state with friends in your relationship for sure.
Yeah, and so to Veronika's point, if you guys are on vacation, and he's you're hitting the spa, he's hitting the golf course. One time, skip the spa, hang out with him and see what happens.
Yeah.
It will be good.
Wear lesbian sleeveless collared shirt. That way you don't have a farmer's tan.
Do that. And skirts are recommended.
Skirts are highly encouraged.
Cleavage. cleavage.
No.
Hit on that. Let that cart girl hit on you for 2 seconds. I swear he will just derail you.
Oh my God.
Much better.
Whatever.
On the
Anyway,
vacation
I
sites.
agree. It's not there. We don't want any encroachment. You don't want to try to insert
Veronica's
yourself into
acting
bro
shy
time.
about the sex topics right now.
I'm a classy broad.
It's fine. She's from Texas, so it strikes her a little hard. The problem is, as soon as the mics
here we
aren't
go.
hot, she's gonna be hot.
Oh my God. All right, next list. FYIs on etiquette. So all right, so let's say you've
What?
decided,
You're
know
not
what?
drinking anything, by the way.
I'm drinking this beer.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a pause before you get into this next one?
And talk about what we're drinking.
Yeah.
This was like
it's called
the OG golf beer.
Yeah, so all right.
I kind of say golf like without the L.
Golf?
Oh, I just sounded country then too. You said Texas, and now the wheels have come off.
We need to pimp out the accent. So hold on. So we do a segment called
Golfers drinking stuff.
Things Golfers Drink.
Things golfers drink.
It was stuff, and now it's things golfers drink. So
Today it's things caddies drink. Caddies drink.
By the
Cali
way,
cream and Mother Earth creamsicle. It's delicious.
Yeah. By the way, we are sitting with a championship caddy.
I am a championship caddy, actually.
What? Why? How did that happen?
How did I?
Because you are very proud of it.
How did I become a championship caddy?
Yes.
Because I started caddying for you, and when I did it for the first time at a proper tournament, I'm like, okay.
That was not the first time.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying. You're saying, how did I become a championship caddy? So the first time I did it, I'm like, all right, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do that shit like for real. And you don't see caddies on the tour pushing the like the club stroller, which I now own one and I love it. And I put a Texas sticker on mine. But regardless, I'm like, no, caddies carry the bag. And Walker's bag is like, he puts like cinder blocks in it when I have to carry it just to be funny. Like he just like puts rocks in the bottom. So I carried this heavy ass bag. It was you played like shit in that first tournament. You shot like 900.
Okay,
it was
hold on.
113 degrees.
Yeah, it was 113 degrees.
The second day, we're in the last group with a young girl who was playing better than you even, I think.
No. I
offense
counted.
to girl golfers,
I counted. She did. I counted on my fitness app. I counted the number. Like we climbed 400 feet that day.
Minimum. Shit, I think the climb on 17 and 18 was more than 400 feet. It was gnarly.
And it was she's not joking. It was 110 plus for sure. It was in
not a cloud in the
Redding,
sky.
California.
Yes.
Dude, not a cloud in the sky. It was hot as shit.
Brutal.
It was not humid, but it was a nightmare. And I was just like, are you sure you want to go through with this? And she had already committed. So props to her for slugging it out. And she did a great job. But like we were in danger of like heat stroke by the end of that first day. So the second day we were like, this is not happening. So, but the second tournament was the one that I won.
No, there was no. Well, I also like attended a tournament, but then there were no caddies allowed, and so it wasn't the second tournament. We had a couple of tournaments in between there, but anyway, we went out of town. Walker was going to play in a tournament that was going. The final round was on his birthday, actually.
Yeah.
And I
turned
carried
32.
the bag. Yeah, right, plus 12. And not quite. And I carried the bag. And but I do feel bad. Do you remember that at one point I had your 52 and your 56 degree in the wrong holes, and then you just pulled the club without checking it? Because why would you check it? Because you pulled it out of the hole it should be in. And
so for anybody listening, it's a 14. It's a 14 way divider.
My face is getting flushed thinking about how embarrassed I am about doing that.
It's a 14 way divider. And
yeah, so each club has its proper home.
Yeah.
So he could be like blindfolded and feel the bag and grab exactly what he needs.
As long as you weren't doing what you did do it.
First of all, I don't know why both wedges were out at the same time that would even allow them to get switched.
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean, ultimately, it's my fault. It's not your fault.
I appreciate you saying that.
But yeah, I got handed
that was the only,
a
you
52
just
instead
it.
of a 56.
Because if I would have handed it to you, I probably would have checked the club just out of anxiety.
So I pulled 52 instead of 56.
So he like hits the shot and he's like, what the fuck did I just do? And then he looks at the bottom of the club and he looks at me and I'm like, I want to melt into a puddle and
it was like 16 yards farther
than
than it needed to be. It was over the back of a green.
Bad.
It's fine. We got it up and down. We were good.
Yeah. So anyway, I carried his bag that day. It was his birthday. Well, what were you going into that last day? Were you winning? Were you down by one? Was somebody behind you by one stroke? Where were you at? I can't remember.
I was up by one.
You were up by one. Okay. Anyway, we digress because we're going back to our FYIs on etiquette. But yeah, so I carried his bag, whatever. He won that day. It was very close. He made a great putt. It was very exciting. It was an awesome day.
Yeah, and the thing about it
But
was...
because he won, I am therefore by default a championship caddy.
Yeah, she is. And by the way, I've told literally everybody who will listen in my life that had I not had a caddy for those last 3 holes of that tournament, if I had nobody to talk to on those last 3 holes, I would not have won. Because 17 was funny, 16 was funny. 16 of the last round, so the third to last hole was funny because I told you the one thing I couldn't do. There's like a oak tree hanging over this green, and I couldn't miss left. So I missed left. It hits the oak tree. We think it's in a fucking ditch. Do you remember this part? And I walked over to the ditch, and I'm like looking around, and this guy who cheated earlier in the round, and we had to call him on it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like when he was
Yes.
the guy was like stepping in front of his ball before he hit a
ruined his
3-wood.
whole life when you...
Dude, he was so pissed. But it was funny because he said something about it being ticky-tack. So
hang on.
No, this
quick
is a great...
Quick aside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So we're gonna get back to the girlfriend wife tips, but can I just give a man tip, a golfer tip for men, please?
I already know what you're gonna say because you've witnessed this now on like several occasions, and it makes your fucking head explode.
Guys, especially during. I mean,
during a tournament.
During a tournament, if you see someone deliberately cheat, say something.
Yeah,
See
call
something,
them
say
out.
something, guys. Because what happens is, even if he does gain a stroke on that hole and it doesn't impact you, it impacts the entire field. It
It's called
impacts
protecting
everyone.
the field.
Right. Like the integrity of the game.
By the way, you know how sexy it is that you know what protecting the field
And
is?
then I get like so mad about it. Because like Walker has these really sweet friends that are like, oh, this guy cheated like 7 times and we didn't say anything. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I get so mad. I just don't cheat.
Yeah, my boy
Like the
lost
guy,
the
like,
tournament. My boy lost the tournament because he let that fuckhead.
Exactly.
I know.
So it's like, guys, don't be the one that's like, oh, I don't want to say anything. It's going to be awkward.
By the way,
it is
in
awkward.
Pasadena, he had they got paired together in the first round.
I think I remember you telling me that.
Dude, and
did he cheat and say something?
Maybe
he learned his lesson.
You know, he
finally?
probably cheated, and then my friend probably didn't say anything to me because he knew I'd lose.
But as
his
you can
shit.
tell, I mean, Walker is quite confrontational and outrageous. But I will say he's very professional and proper on the course when it comes to this kind of stuff. And he kind of agonizes over it, right? Because you're like, it's going to be awkward. Because again,
no, you watched the whole process. I'm like, oh my god, and the whole walk
I'm like,
up
no,
there.
you got to say something. And so then he's like, hey, dude, look, I'm not going to insinuate whether or not you did this intentionally, but you're doing something that is against the rules, and like I'm going to have to let them know, and I want to make sure you don't do it again. The guy's like, oh, what?
He's like, really? You can't do that? I'm like, dude, you're teeing the ball up.
Stepping in front of his ball to like clear any
thing in front of it when he came.
Not like throwing a branch out of the way, which is allowed. Straight up changing the earth in front of his ball. Anyway, so like guys, if you see somebody doing something stupid, just say something.
Yeah. So 16 hit the ball into this oak tree. We think it fell down in the ditch that the oak tree is in. So I'm thinking, and I'm down by 1. Mm-hmm. Down by 1. Yes, down by 1. And I'm thinking like I can have no mistakes. So I tell her, I'm like, we're going to keep it right. So obviously I pull it left. The guy who hates me now is like, hey, fucking dummy, your ball's on the green. So I look over there and it's sitting in the middle of the fucking
what an
green.
Asshole move to be like looking around
And my
for your
ball is
ball in
neon
the shit.
green.
Right, and it's on the green. It's like he probably thought you were doing that intentionally.
I don't know. So I 2-putt that, make the par. The guy that's one up on me now, who is like this older, scrappy midget, just insane good golfer. Like he was so good.
He was good. He was
He's
weird.
So good. He's weird, but so good. So he 2-putts. I'm still down by 1. So I look at. So this is 2 holes in a row. This is such a great story. I love telling this story. This is 2 holes in a row now where I look at Veronika and I'm like, okay, so we need to hit the middle of the green. And it's a back flag. It's a very front to back. This green's probably 45, 50. No, it's probably about 40 yards from front to back. So it's a very deep green. It's not narrow, but it's definitely a very deep green. So you have all this room to just throw the ball in the middle of the green and then putt uphill to the flag and just 2-putt. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a club here, which will leave me in front of that flag. I can't go long, and I especially can't go long right. Mm-hmm. And the pin's tucked back long right. So I don't want to get short-sided because it drops off on the right side of the green. left is water. It's completely dead. So I'm just aiming for the middle. So I tell her, I'm like, we cannot miss long and we can't miss long right. I step up, choose my club, think I have the right club, and I blast it long right. So now I'm like, holy shit. And I'm down here, you know, the green's probably a good 6-7 feet up from where my feet are. And I look at her and I'm like, I have, and there's water. If you were not here, I would burp directly into the mic.
Thank you for not doing that. You're such a gentleman.
So we didn't do it. So
can we put mics in the house so you can keep all your other bodily functions to yourself? That would be amazing.
See, the problem is when you start saying stuff like that, people don't know that it's an inside joke about me farting all over the house. And then I have to explain.
What other bodily function would you do
maybe
that
I'm
I would?
throwing up. Maybe I'm drinking and puking.
You're Rexy? No. Oh, God.
It's bulimic when you throw up.
Oh, whatever.
Look, respect my
your lived experience as a bodily functioner.
So I'm looking at her and I tell her, I'm like, God damn it. I'm going to have to hit a flop shot. And if I blade this, it's going in the water and the tournament's over. So all this work that I've done could be shattered. So 2 holes in a row, I now tell her and talk through her with her, as you should do with any caddy, right? Because that's half the reason that they're there. You know, let's guard against this one thing. And I did both of them. And it wasn't a mental mistake. It was just I think it was a physical mistake. I think the swings were probably shitty on both those shots. But now I'm like, okay, I've got 2 shots left on this hole, plus the next par 4 to stop fucking around. And I remember when I realized I had missed it long right, walking up to the hole, I was talking to her. I was like, look, if I can magically get this up and down. The good news is my opponent threw his ball in the bunker that was 50 yards away from the flag at this point. So he blew it. So I'm like, look, even if I tie this, I can still get in. If I tie this hole right now, I can still beat him on the next hole.
On 18.
Yeah. And 18 is a setup for just Birdieville. So I'm thinking, okay, I didn't kill myself, but we got to do this. And then I get there and I'm like, you know what? There's a good chance this guy gets this up and down. He throws it in a spot where he has like a makeable putt. And I'm thinking now I'm just going to have to try to chop this up and make a flop shot, not blade it, throw it in the water, or else the tournament's over. So everything is now rested on this shot. So I stepped up and almost made it, right? Like I flopped it to like a foot in front of the flag. It rolled, I think it lipped out or rolled over the lip. And then I had like a 3-footer and made that to save par. He makes bogey. Now we're tied. We go into the 4th hole. I tell her
4th hole of the
yeah,
story?
I don't know why I'm saying 4th. It's actually the 3rd hole of the story. I'm drinking.
That's
I'm drinking.
right. Okay, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt there.
So tell her what I'm going to do off the tee. Do it. Ends up in a good spot. I was a little worried it might have ended up in a sand trap, but I missed it. I had a perfect teed up lie. Threw it to I told her I was going to throw it on the right side, flag high on a front flag. Did that. And now all I got to do is make this putt for birdie.
And do you remember what we did that morning that we don't normally do before a round of golf or before a tournament? Not consistently.
Oh.
So we go to the driving range and he warms up.
That's right. I
remember.
Then
we finish with a couple minutes to spare. And I think we had to walk past the little practice putting green to get to the first tee box. And I was like, hey, because either the short game is on or it is off. We're either putting or we ain't putting. It's either great or it's dog shit.
Right.
So I'm like, why don't you practice putting a little bit? And usually he's like, nah, I'm fine. And just wants to go over the tee box and just crush driver.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I think you should putt a little bit. And so you actually practiced putting. You threw down a couple. I mean, it was like very intentional. You were focused. So anyway, continue your story. This is why I'm a championship caddy.
Yeah. So
I take all the credit for this putt because I made him practice that morning.
So I get up there and it's a right to left putt. And Walker Vestgood in the all-time annals of golf, right to left putts, I just blow on the high side, like through the break. They're always a 3-foot comebacker, which is fine. But like for whatever reason, I always overread those putts. And like, you know, you've been witnessing me on a golf course for 2 years, probably. And it's always I call it out, or you watch this happen and you always know it's going to happen. Just on putts that are like 6 to 12 feet, I just miss on the high side constantly because I overread them.
Yeah.
Overread them all the time. So this time I was like, look, I was also guarding against a pull putt, I think was the other part of this. Mm-hmm. So finally I read it and I think I said to you, okay, I've got this, a cup out. I'm going to cut that in half and just know that my read's going to be wrong. Mm-hmm. So I cut it to half a cup and buried it. And if I had not practiced and just got that into my head,
not, I appreciate you.
No, it's true. If I had not warmed up and thought about that in the morning, it would have never happened. So, it was if I had not had specifically this caddy on the bag for those last 3 holes, and by the way, I'd finished second in this fucking tournament like 6 times. I was getting so irritated.
And this caddy, I keep the clubs clean, with the brush and the towel, and minus the old 52, 56 switcheroo.
Rum Dog would be so proud of your caddy abilities. We got to get you caddying in a tournament where.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how and why I am a championship caddy.
Okay, so championship caddy is drinking what?
The Mother Earth Cali Cream and Cream Ale.
No,
Creamsicle, Dreamsicle.
Creamsicle. You gotta say the fucking.
There's a lot of words.
The folks at Mother Earth are gonna be like, "Why are you butchering our shit?"
Mother Earth Cali Cream and Creamsicle.
That's it, Cali Creamsicle. So it's divine. An orange. It's their vanilla cream ale with orange. So
it's like you take a delicious light beer and you on a hot summer day and you take a creamsicle, the popsicle with the delicious orange outside and the creamy white inside, and dunk it in there and just let it melt.
Our first golf course date. That was involved.
Heavenly nectar.
That was ice cold out of the
so good.
Like 95 degrees in Auburn, California. It was delicious.
And you're drinking a Belching Beaver, aptly named Mexican chocolate porter.
Yep. You know what? Belching Beaver is going to get upset that you're butchering their shit now. Now you've got two.
The day either of these brands are listening to this and care is the day they pay for our beer at. Okay.
No, we tag them. They get all hyped and then
they'll start sending us free beers so that we'll say their name right.
They fucking better.
I hope so.
So this is Viva La Beaver. It's Mexican chocolate peanut butter stout by Belching Beaver, and it's.
This dude loves his stouts.
Oh God, it's basically their peanut butter stout, which has a lot of chocolate in it.
It's basically like chocolate milk for grown-ass men.
Oh, it's so good. But they put cinnamon in this one, so it's good. I think I've had it on the show before. But when we get done with this, we're moving to the off-brand golf beverage of choice, which is the rum cask finish Breckenridge bourbon, followed up by a new addition.
Yeah, the Basil Hayden toast.
This was discovered by our girl Veronika. So
I think it's actually rice-based instead of corn or rye or.
So double V1. How did you discover this thing?
I was walking through Trader Joe's. Hashtag shout out Trader Joe's.
Is that where you saw me too?
Yeah. And you always got to, Trader Joe's, Costco, if you're a bourbon collector, you always got to kind of peep the scene on the liquor aisle and see what they got. Because every now and then, I opened it earlier, I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I took the plastic off, yeah.
It was sealed, though.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
I thought I bought an unsealed box. I was like,
bootleg.
What? Was there piss in this
I
thing?
opened it so the kind listeners didn't have to hear as we're opening the pot.
You got to not that sound.
No. Anyway, I was walking through Trader Joe's and I saw it and I'm like, oh, Basil Hayden, and the label's all toasty, smoky, burnt looking, and I kind of read it and I'm like, all right, that seems nice. Go ahead and pour me up some. But I didn't buy it because I literally have. I think last time the toast. I think the last time I counted, I had like 120 something bottles of bourbon. So look, it's a problem.
I know. I'm done buying bourbon for
sure.
A while.
So I didn't buy it, but then we were in Lake Tahoe with some besties who also like to golf. And we saw it on the menu and we ordered it and we tasted it and we're like, this is divine. And then we couldn't find it anywhere. So now we found it. All right, back to the list.
Yes.
Thank you,
Go
sir.
to the list.
All right.
I'm going to refill the beer, but just keep going.
Oh, I get to go by myself? Oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, just go.
Oh my God, I get this all to myself. Okay, so FYI is on etiquette. So this is like, all right, you've decided we're on vacation. I am going to go out golfing with him. This kind of falls under this. Number one, don't dress like an idiot. And I mainly mean don't dress like an idiot. Like, sometimes I see gals come out and they're in like knee-high leather winter boots or like big cardigan sweatery things. Like you already feel like you're out of place because you're not comfortable there. You don't really know the protocol. And now you look like an asshole. So like just put on some Lululemon or whatever your athleisure of choice is. Firestone Walker? Is that who makes 805?
805. We've switched to 805.
So just act like you've been there before. Just dress like an athlete. Wear tennis shoes, wear some tights, wear a tennis skirt, an athletic skirt, wear a tank. The only other tip I would give you is, double check if the course requires collars, because there are some that it should keep it classy and you have to wear a collar. So, double check and see if you need a collar. But generally they let chicks get away with, looking reasonable. So etiquette tip number 1, just don't dress stupid. Don't
dress like a whore.
Do you remember the gal
Don't
when
wear
we were
heels.
No.
Do not wear heels.
Do you remember when we were at Chardonnay and there was that little tournament thing before us and the gal was in like literally fuck me knee-high leather boots?
Yeah, that was striking.
And like a dress.
Arousing.
Yeah.
But striking.
Yeah, but just really out of place. So you don't have to go buy golf shit, but just wear athleisure.
All right.
Just be normal. Bring a hair tie, maybe a lid so you don't want your beak getting all sunburned and whatever. Bring some sunscreen.
Yep.
Tip number 2, don't walk on people's lines. So this is the part where if you're going to go, you need to know 2 basic things from an etiquette perspective.
One is STFU.
Yeah. Did you see that on my list?
No, I'm just guessing that's the first one.
You literally guessed. The tip number 3 starts with STFU.
Okay.
So tip number 2, don't walk on people's lines. What this means is once everyone's ball is on the green, there is a theoretical line from their ball to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody could be on the edge of the green and it's 45 feet away and you're walking out there with your significant other and they're 7 feet from the hole. And you just want to trot right over there to it. Look around. Have some court awareness. Look around. And even if you have to go way out of the way or just take a big, broad step over, just don't step. Because even if you're wearing regular tennis shoes, you could kind of depress. This is very delicate grass we're talking about. And I mean, these putts are a matter of millimeters. So if you're going to, which I encourage you to, walk out there on the green. He may even ask you to pull the flag for him. But if you're on the putting green, look at where everyone's balls are and do not step on where they might putt across. So
yeah.
just
So fellas, this is
up.
going to sound like elementary advice for you, but the idea is, I'm just reminding you, put your girl in front of this show and let them listen to this show for a second and have them listen to double V1.
It's like Pro V1, but I'm double V1.
No, it's Veronika Vesgood, which
I
is
knew
double
that
V,
part.
but you're the first.
In case there's a second.
If there's
One
a
day.
second,
Okay.
what it really
Like,
really
no, we
is
have a
is-
child. Like, I'm going to get replaced.
really it's WV1, which is or MWV1. We're getting out of control here, but MWV1 is
SWV?
Mrs. Walker Vestgood the first.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
there could be others.
yeah, you don't need to know what club he's hitting or any of that other shit. You'll pick it up. Though one time, Walker asked me if I knew what the squares and the circles meant on the scorecard, and I wanted to paper cut him across the throat with the scorecard. I'm like, yes, you idiot. Which also, when we first started dating,
Which, by the way,
he
got her
accused me.
so pounded later.
Oh my
She was just like,
God.
what do you think I am? I've fucking never
idiot.
watched golf before. She's been to the Masters 2 times prior to
3
this.
times. Yeah, twice before we went. So I've
Yeah.
been 3 times. But I don't want to digress and sound like a pro golfer because I want chicks that don't know or care about golf to want to go.
Yep.
But anyway, you don't even have to worry about circles and squares. Just don't step on anyone's line. If you do 2 things or don't do 2 things.
Yeah, like because typically the way this will get you into trouble is because you're out there like your boyfriend told you to grab the flag or like go get a club or something. Just make sure you don't walk across anyone's line. Not that your boyfriend will care, or your husband or significant other will care, or fucking life partner or whatever.
One time you were like, you just stepped on that guy's line.
But that's the problem is if you
step
step on, if you step on somebody else's, they're going to like talk, you're just going to piss them off. And
it's not cool. I mean, it would be like walking out in front of a pitch at your boyfriend's softball game and he's like, the fuck up. Like, what do you do? Like, you just have some awareness.
Right.
And don't go stomping around the green.
Yep.
Because I didn't even put like pro tip, don't get hammered. I'm just going to assume that you have enough sense to not get completely blasted because that's going to be annoying. You're never going to get invited back. And then he is going to be the husband or boyfriend that golfs to get away from you. So don't do that. So etiquette number 3, shut the fuck up when someone's hitting or putting.
Fair.
So you can't just watch your man because there may be, there are different tees that are closer or further away from the green for less experienced or more experienced golfers. So maybe you got a guy like Walker that plays from the tips. Maybe you got some older guys in the group or some gals that are playing up front from the ladies' tees or whoever's tees. And so you just kind of always need to know who's where, who's hitting, and especially putting. So just keep an eye on the folks in the group and don't talk when they're in their backswing, when they're getting ready to putt, anything like that, because it can be really distracting. And I know Walker's thing is if someone moves or says something as he's about to hit a shot, he thinks that they're doing that because there's a ball flying into us and he's going to get hit. And so it just really throws him off, which is, you do kind of want to not get hammered and have your wits about you because balls do come flying across from other fairways occasionally.
Yeah,
so.
the other thing is if you're on a golf course recreationally and you're paired up with people you don't know, like you're not, the way that I would approach it is I would not want to give those people any excuse to complain about your presence.
For
there,
sure.
right? So it's like, because
then you're not going to have fun because then they are all going to hate you.
They're just going to be twatty and fuck.
That's not fun.
Which is stupid. They shouldn't be like that,
But you are stuck together for 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So if you suck, they're going to get annoyed and it's not going to be fun for anybody. Yeah. So just, again, we're going to don't get hammered and don't be clueless and get hit in the head. But
by the way, it's really hot that you came prepped. Good job.
I mean, come on. This is Bush League.
You're getting
professional.
I'm going to have to move some of these bottles for later.
Don't dress stupid. Don't walk on people's lines and shut up when someone's hitting or putting.
Yep.
All right. Last three. We got pro tips now. All right. So now you got your etiquette. You've decided to go. You're going to give it a shot. It's not just because your husband wants to get away from you, even though maybe he does, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all can deal with that in couples therapy. Pro tip number 1. Literally every course you go to is going to have huge signage that says no outside beverages or food allowed. We have taken our own food and beverages.
Here's the tip. Completely ignore all of that.
Completely disregard that rule. We have taken, there is a Puppy Hills,
Biden
Babel,
inflation right now is like out of control. So
even
you
pre that, even in the good old days,
for sure.
We have taken all of our own shit. So my advice is don't go out there with a regular cooler like an asshole.
Cart Girl Kev just said he's on his way, but home.
Okay, cool.
No, we got plenty of time.
So I bought a cooler that looks like a backpack. It's Igloo, so it does say Igloo on it technically, but it's a backpack. So when we throw it on the back of the cart and we're cruising around the golf course, it's not blatantly obvious that it's a cooler. So you can take your little can of wine, whatever beer you like, cocktails in a can, whatever. Don't take glass. Take cans. Take a koozie. Be a pro.
Yeah, no glass.
No glass. Well, yeah, Cart Girl Kev will pull out the Weller 12 occasionally. So, I mean, if you're taking bourbon and being a total degenerate, leave that to your man. You just bring your cans of sparkling wine or whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on that. That's what I drink. Yeah, I'm not a seltzer gal. I usually do canned sparkling wine or beer.
Girl. You know, fucking...
Except for the Mamitas ones, whatever those
Dude, Jason with the
good.
J is truly on a golf course and it makes me sick.
I mean, at least it's not White Claw. It's disgusting. So anyway, take a cooler, but make it inconspicuous. So take like a backpack cooler, but take some shit with you.
Yeah, camouflage it.
And pro tip number 2.
And by the way, if you want to go full tube in the tube cooler in the golf bag, do that.
Yeah, but that's on him. So if you're just the gal and you're like, all right, I'm going to come prepared, you come with your backpack cooler. But you can buy a insulated tube that you can stack a bunch of beers in inside of your golf bag.
Yep.
But it's kind of Bush League though, no?
You know, I don't know. It's so new that
I've never actually even seen.
You know what's Bush League is that fucking driver
with the spout.
That is like that's
see, I actually think that's cooler. I think that would be funnier.
That's ball retriever. I mean, I guess it would be funny.
I mean, it's like iron covers, but
you can't clean that
out.
You can't clean a giant tube full of liquid out.
I don't
know.
Can you? It's just like cleaning a flask. It ain't easy, but the alcohol kills whatever's still in it, so it's fine.
No, really?
Yeah, mostly.
Is that true?
Kind of.
Like 45 proof shit would do it?
Probably. Kill a little bit of it. We are not medical experts. Please do not take any advice from the show. We are not liable. Safe harbor statement applies. Thank you.
Safe harbor? Isn't safe harbor like child trafficking in an airport or something?
No, you do it in sales when you're doing a corporate presentation. You're like, hey, please buy this.
This is how I know.
This
is how when I walk into the house, I know my girl's already in the bourbon bottle.
I actually haven't had a sip of it yet, and I've had 2/3 of a beer, asshole.
By the way, that toast, it smells so fucking hot. Smell it. It smells hot as fuck.
It does, but I think it's actually more.
It smells so hot.
I know, but what I'm getting on it is it's not the alcohol; it's the intensity of like that caramelized flavor.
Tell you what, smell it. No. Oh. Smell it. Mouth open.
Oh, come on, I taught you that.
Meat. Smell it, then sip it. Not hot at all.
No.
It's hot on the nasal passage, but not hot in the mouth.
It's a little toasty, wink, wink, but it's not hot. It's good.
You're toasty, hot little fucking catty.
All right, so take your backpack cooler, make sure it's insulated. I buy the like igloo blocks that you can put in the freezer and freeze so that it doesn't all melt and there's water dripping out. And they're like, hey, cool backpack with water dripping out of the bottom. Like, and if it's really hot, then that shit melts.
You spent some cash on that one. It was cool.
I mean, you get them at Target for like $4. But anyway, so just be a pro. I mean, most chicks that are dating golfers that are listening to this are fucking awesome already, and they're going to know the drill on how to pack a cooler.
Fair.
It's a rite of passage in Texas. All right, last pro tip.
Okay.
Seize every bathroom opportunity. If you see a bathroom, go use it.
Yeah, if you have a vagina,
go use it.
You cannot use a tree.
Because here's the thing, golf courses were designed with men in mind, and men are barbarians that will just whip their shit out and pee wherever they want.
See, this is an actual patriarchy thing. This is like a legit patriarchy thing.
Yeah.
This is way more like you're going to get paid what said dude gets paid for your job, but you are not going to be able to piss on a golf course.
Yeah, no, this is definitely something that was
a patriarchy holdover.
Was set up because y'all could just whip it out and pee anywhere, and we can't.
I never even thought about this.
I know. Damn it.
Do you know what's crazy though? Is it like old men in mind? So you think there would be more bathrooms because these motherfuckers, like if you're older than 55, you're pissing like every 2 holes.
But I think when it hits, they just got to go, so they just plan on going like on the.
But
on the side of the
old dudes need to shit. They're drinking their Metamucil and stuff.
I don't understand people that poop on golf courses, but that's for a different day.
Poop like in a bathroom on a golf course?
Yes, hopefully, God willing.
No. You don't understand people who poop.
No, just men that regularly shit in public's just weird. I don't know. I'm a lady. We don't,
in a bathroom, no shit in public.
Of course,
is that what you mean?
In a bathroom.
No, because like
you don't go before you get to the course.
Jason with the J told a story about shitting on a golf course 3 episodes ago.
Well, sorry I missed that one. So anyway,
I wish
ladies,
I wasn't there for that.
Understand. Before you guys go out, before he tees off, go in the clubhouse again, in the pro shop, wherever. Go. And then anytime you come across a bathroom, and sometimes they are porta potties, sometimes they are proper structures, sometimes there are spiders inside, sometimes the men have used the ladies' one if there are even separate genders, and then they've peed on the seat. But listen, just freaking go, because you never know when there's going to be another one. Right. There are some courses that we go and the entire, not like I can't go to the bathroom until we make the turn. Yeah. And the turn is when between 9 and 10. And it's what theoretically, or not theoretically, but because golf courses were designed where you went out for 9 and turned around and came back in. So it's like the front 9 and the back 9.
Who taught you
back
this?
You did.
All right.
That's one of the only things that you kind of like made real for me about golf.
Only?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like circles and squares and all that stupid shit. Like I know what a bogey and a par and whatever looks like birdie.
Divorce.
So, that's it. Even though I will say one time, this fucking guy, he knows how critical, because I have only had to go not in a proper urinary receptacle once, and we were in Arizona, and I was about to die because it was so hot. So not only am I like crushing beers, but I'm also pounding water. No. Oh, of just me like gallivanting. I like risked life and limb to like hide to where no human could ever see me. It was horrible. But I was going to die if I didn't go.
Yeah.
So it's just, if you're passing a bathroom, like, oh, I don't really have to go. No, yes, you do. You have to go. You have to go in there and go. But I just learned recently, we revisited a golf course, and the name escapes me. And I go in to use said porta potty, and I come out, and Walker's like, oh, guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, the last time we were here and you used that bathroom, there was a rattlesnake underneath it, and I didn't say anything to you.
Yeah, Shoddy B.
Was that at Chardonnay?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, there was a rattlesnake in the shitter.
But not in it, but under it. But it was like under, so it's on like the little metal steps, like on a little tiny porta potty trailer that's like,
so
4
it's
foot
like
by 4
elevated.
foot. It's very small.
Yeah, it's elevated, so you have to take like 3 steps to get up into it.
Yeah.
So underneath this thing. And it wasn't
was
like
chilling under there.
No. Your boy Walker grew up on a farm.
He's very
in rattlesnake
farmy
country.
Yeah.
So if they're not like curled up, you're probably pretty safe. This thing was like kind of wound, not curled up, but not
heebie-jeebies just
no.
about it.
And she went in there and was using the bathroom. So I was like, oh, God.
I would have had a nuclear meltdown.
Yeah,
if you would
so I
have
didn't
said
say
something.
a word. And I didn't say a word until like a year later when we played it again.
Now I'm going to be like so suspicious of every
You
portfolio.
gotta look underneath those things.
Well, I know, but because I'm going up on a little platform, I don't think anything of it. So, all right, in summary, your significant other might actually want you to go if you don't pitch a fit and complain about it and then be a brat the whole time. And if you're going to go and be on your phone and complain, then just don't fucking go.
Yeah,
and
don't
then
go.
just
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, and then just realize that you're being that girl. So when you get treated like that girl, you were being that way. So either, and I will say that Esther Perel has this awesome TED Talk on like intimacy and desire.
Who is Esther Perel?
Esther Perel is an author that's just like a sex intimacy genius.
Like a legit one or like a weird creepy
no, like
blue
an
hair
no,
one?
she's like an OG.
Okay.
She's but
Like
she talked.
who was the other one? The fucking German bitch?
I don't know any of the other ones.
No, the original one. She was in that stupid Netflix thing we watched.
Oh, I don't.
Dr. Ruth.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like
before
that
my
or
time.
better?
No, Esther, this is like actual fact based, like
yeah. All right.
legit.
Not like a first grade teacher.
No, she's not advocating for like
You don't have to
touch
be a
myself, be whatever gender you want books. That's not her jam.
boy. All right, cool.
So anyway, she talks about when you find your partner most desirable and you're most attracted to them is when you get to observe them doing something that they enjoy or that they're good at. So when you only see your husband when he walks in the door and he's stressed from work, and he only sees you when you're pissed off giving the kid a bath, and you only see you're sitting down at dinner and you're talking about bills, like when you only see each other in those capacities, there's probably not going to be a ton of desire. But when you get to watch, when there's space between the two of you, but you get to observe them doing something that they love or they're good at, that's really attractive. So when people are like, I cannot believe you go out there so much, I'm like, I get to be outside
people
and
really
off my
say
phone.
it? Yeah, we
Absolutely.
already went through this. Yeah, the
I'm
coworkers
outside,
and
I'm off
shit.
my phone, we're listening to music, we're having drinks, and watching him be athletic is really attractive. So it's good for us. And then he thinks it's attractive that I'm out there being cool and having fun and getting along with people. And so it's really healthy for our relationship on a million levels.
Yeah, I mean, if you're married to somebody or dating somebody, you probably have a pretty good sense of how they are with other people. But in regards to like our relationship, I was really like impressed with how you were with a lot of people. So
yeah,
cool.
it's fun to watch your significant other engage again with strangers who you have no idea if you're going to have anything in common except the game of golf, which these days with so many people playing still says nothing about you. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be old, you could be young, you could be a whole lot of things. No one knows. So
this motherfucker.
What? Are we having a problem? Has there been a change in the plans? What's happening?
So I'm in a tournament this weekend, which we're not going to say what the tournament is, but
I'm caddying.
Unfortunately my handicap, this is a very strict, like if your handicap goes above 1.5, you can't play in the championship, which is shitty, but
And yours is slightly above.
yeah. And so due to that fact, I'm playing against a bunch of fucking guys that are getting like 14 strokes, 17 strokes this one guy's getting. So I have to play in the net. One guy's getting 15, one guy's getting 17. Two guys are getting 17. This
I
is
could
brutal.
play in a tournament with 17 strokes.
You know how many strokes I'm getting?
Oh, fuck, like 3.
I'm giving 1 stroke. Not getting, giving.
What?
So whatever my score is.
How many, like...
So whatever my score is,
Yeah.
instead of adding 1, they're subtracting 1.
No, I understand what giving means.
The silks. Don't yell on the mic, by the way. That's
Yeah.
terrible. And anyways, I just discovered that. Go ahead.
He's on his phone.
No, I got an update and I was trying to see if our tea time was
All
different.
right, so
tomorrow.
your significant other might actually want you to go out there, but if you go, have a good attitude. Don't fake it, but just be present and just be open to having a new experience. Like it's not going to kill you. And if you hate it, you can say, "Babe, you know what? I hate it, but I love it for you. It was fun watching you do it. Have at it with the boys." Whatever.
It's like swinging. Try it once.
I don't know if I recommend that either. It's not just for miserable husbands and men. Sometimes, shockingly, dudes actually just want to spend time with their buddies, just like you should want to spend time with your friends. So y'all compromise and make it work.
Yep.
Get the parents to watch the kids, and while he golfs, you go do something fun. A novel idea. Hire a fucking babysitter. If you had kids, you should have enough money to hopefully have somebody watch them once in a while. Shit, call me. I might watch your kids if I'm feeling generous.
By the way, your lesbian couple best friend, what are they going to do when they like golf? What do they do when they golf with the kid? One at a time? Or actually, does Taylor not?
Dude, they had her in the cart, I think. They had the car seat
that's
in
right.
the floorboard.
Dude, they put this fucking kid on the floorboard and the fucking...
She's like, I don't know, she'll be a year in October. Yeah, so...
Dude, she's been on a golf course before she turned a year old.
Listen, I know parents love getting tips from people that don't have children because they're like, shut the fuck up. You know nothing about me and my life. However, pro parent tip. So, like, do not shut down your whole life for those fucking kids. Socialize them, right? Like, take them to the restaurant and stretch them for 30 extra minutes before they go to bed. Like, make them learn how to nap out in public so you can go to lunch and have drinks and the kids sit. I'm not saying get, like, blasted with your kid right there. But, like, people are like, blasted. Oh, we have to go home. It's their nap time. Kids can sleep through a parade. Like, get over it. So just, like... Don't make your kids high maintenance unintentionally.
Also, if the kid shits himself, don't throw out all the clothes.
No, that's an OG move.
You throw out all the clothes?
No. So said couple and said baby that we're talking about.
The first time she ever took the kid in public was to go to lunch.
The first time she took the kid in public without the other half. So her first solo time in public. And the darling baby had a blowout, which if you're a parent, you know shit's coming out of leg holes up the back everywhere. And she was wearing the most adorable little outfit. But then
that's what I was like. I was like, you saved that shit. That thing was adorable.
Nope, man down. It's a casualty of war. It's over. So she literally comes out and didn't have a change of clothes.
And the fucking kid's naked. Just fucking stark naked. Little girl's like,
God love her. But like she's gonna be a soldier now. Like she can manage through adversity. So that's what I'm saying. So anyway, no, they take her ass out there. They just played in a tournament, and one of them had like second longest drive on a hole.
Kibby?
Yeah, I don't know if we should be like dropping folks' names without disclaimers.
It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna know who that is.
All right. Well, yeah, she did well.
You can't use last names.
So they did have a sitter while they were playing in a tournament.
All right.
But yeah, anyway, so that's it. They're not out there just to get away from you. Maybe they kind of are, but that's a different issue. Golf is not
Kimmy
boring.
and Baylor.
Tibby and Kayla.
See, if you just repeat a bunch of names, nobody ever knows.
It's fine. Don't dress stupid. Don't walk on people's lines. Shut the fuck up when people are hitting or putting. And then remember, take a backpack cooler. Always pack snacks. And even if there are rattlesnakes, go to the bathroom. You will thank me later.
All right. Nice job. Look at you.
Oh. Yay.
Just enjoy it. Just let it sink in like a Will Smith slap.
I still want a golf clap.
I know. I don't even know what these other things are. That's the crickets.
Those are crickets? Those sounded like electronic birds. I have never heard a cricket that sounds like that.
That's a cricket. Come on. You live in the country.
No, that's more of a chirp than a crick.
We need frogs. What about this one?
We could record that at the vineyard. All right. Bow, bow, bow. We need the DJ sound.
I know. We do need the DJ sound.
Yeah, this is great. What is that song from? Like, what is the classic association with that
I got two turntables and a microphone.
Oh, what a great song.
Yeah, the stock bullshit on this thing is like
trash.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's like when you're a kid and you got the keyboard and you would like pretend like you were playing it, but you would make it play itself, but it had like all those like ratchet background sounds.
How are you doing on stamina right now? You feeling good?
I feel great.
We got plenty of time. We just need to be over there we need to be out of the studio, out of the off-brand golf studios by 6 o'clock. Or by like 10 to 6.
There's no way anyone wants to listen to us for much longer.
No, that's not true. That's not true. People love this shit. I mean,
they might love it more now that I'm on it. Can I get some comments? Can I get some votes for a Veronika spinoff?
Not a spinoff.
Pro V2. I'm Pro V2 now.
You're not getting your own
What
thing.
were you calling me? 2V double V2?
WV2.
Oh, I want to be Pro V2.
WV1.
Pro V2, 2 Vs. I'm a pro golf caddy.
This is what happens when she gets bourbon in her. Okay.
Okay. Pro V2 is a really cute name.
So golf in the news is interesting because...
Do I get to comment on everything?
Yeah, of course. Normally it would be up on the screen over here, but we're malfunctioning. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to have to listen to the audio together.
Oh, you play it?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
So the way this works is golf in the news. So just for the folks listening know generally how this works. Mm-hmm. But if you were to actually, let's play a little guessing game. if you were to guess, how would you imagine that golf finds its way into the news? Not pro golf, just golf. When it turns into a news story, how would you assume that golf gets into the news? Like, take a guess. Guess number one.
Woman dies from being bit by a rattlesnake using a porta potty on a local golf course.
That's true. That's true. That
I
would work.
God.
That would work. That would work.
Okay.
All right, so that's a good guess. Like animal problems on golf courses. That is in the top 5. That is in the top 5.
Being serious. Okay.
How else? The number one
like should, charity tournaments and shit.
What would be newsworthy about that?
I don't know.
No, you got to think more Florida, more Texas,
alligators,
more Arizona.
Alligators. Oh, that's under the animal category with the snakes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm bad at this. I don't. And there's no like scandal. Like news is supposed to be like,
dude.
Shocking.
Yes, it is.
There's
Anytime
scandal on a golf course.
Fuck.
Old men pooping because there weren't enough bathrooms.
No.
What is it? Tell me.
Fighting.
Oh.
Fights happen on golf courses.
Okay. So thankfully, I've never witnessed that.
Yeah. Fights.
That's silliness.
DUIs in golf course or golf carts or golf carts related accidents.
Okay. Related accidents, yes.
But DUIs.
So are there police that patrol the course? Because I've never seen these individuals.
You're about to ask what? Who gets into a golf cart accident?
No.
Ask who gets in a golf cart accident.
Oh, I know. You donkeys probably did.
No,
I feel like I've heard the story.
Just say.
Didn't you guys try to kill Jason with a J? You almost killed him.
Yeah, we can't. Okay.
Yeah.
So by the way, because you will be a regular contributor in here.
I made the cut.
Yep, you did. Nice. You did well. So because you cannot. So the rules of the Off-Brand Golf Studios is that you cannot tell a story about one of the contributors if they're not here.
Got it.
It's not.
You can mention it. You just can't tell it.
Yeah, everybody thinks that it's not to. They're not here to defend themselves, but that's not it. It's actually you just want their perspective because it's better.
100%.
All right, so you fuck. Why is the Houston Chronicle?
What up, Cron.com?
Why is the Houston Chronicle not letting me look at the fucking article?
They probably want you to subscribe.
They do.
It's
fucking bullshit.
All of
you know how you do that? You load it up and then hit stop immediately, and it won't because the pop-up is the last thing to load.
Yeah.
So you can get around that. All right. What?
I'm still curious about this people getting DUIs. Like, is it when you're like at a course that you have to cross like one of the streets in the neighborhood?
They just get beat. You've never seen social videos of people like getting drunk and driving into each other and shit?
No. But that would be they're getting it because they got in an accident. I'm just saying you don't get like pulled over. Like, sir, have you been drinking today while you're driving the car?
Just ask me who drives drunk in a golf course.
Oh, everybody. A lot of people drive drunk on a golf course.
Just ask me the question.
Who drives drunk on a golf course? See, we're about to fight. We made it an hour and 17 minutes.
Funny that you would ask that, Miss Vestgood, because
Pro V2.
Somebody drove on a Palm City, Florida golf course drunk.
Palm City.
Which is also owned by none other than the Houston Astros owner. Veronika is a huge Houston Astros fan, which is terrible because I'm an Oakland A's fan, so...
That was one of our first big fights.
There's a lot of baseball watching from the doggy style position.
No, there's not. We don't even watch baseball in the same house. We don't even spend time together on those evenings.
All right, here we go. Mark Kelly from 25 WBBF.
Remember, Mom is a kayak denier, so please don't bring it up.
It was an intimate kayak conversation.
No.
Excuse me.
I feel so official suddenly.
No, we got...
Do the research.
Skip this.
Listen to me. Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites to find
this ruins.
It's April 28th. I'm Mark Kelly with your news to go. Here we are, day one of Sunfest. It's been 2 years since Sunfest has taken over downtown West Palm Beach. And today is kicking off the 4daymusic.com today.
What the?
Solid Waste Services has forward. The new service is expected to be ready.
This is horseshit.
You're terrible.
No. Golf cart driver arrested after passenger falls off, dies in Palm City. And then they give me fucking Sunfest bullshit? No, hold on. No, death is funny.
No, but I'm so curious. Was it because they hit their head or were they like, what was the autopsy report? What was the cause of death?
No, let's just listen to the fucking story here.
Oh, we would love to if you would. That pistachio bag looks like a box of Triscuits. It's making me want a Triscuit. I don't even like Triscuits.
Do you want some pistachios?
I don't think so.
Dude, see, this is the problem. People say they have videos of these stories and then they don't actually have video. It's like related.
It's clickbait. Yeah. They're just sucking you in, liars.
I don't want to have to read this.
All right, so one is animals, two is people being drunk and obviously dying or fighting.
All right, so the story
getting
the
DUIs.
story is a dude was driving drunk in a fucking golf cart on the golf course in Florida that's owned by the Houston Astros owner, and he's driving it, and his fucking drunk ass, but they're both shit faced.
Clearly.
They're driving through traffic. One guy falls out, gets hit by a car, he's dead.
Driving through traffic.
The
So
other
were
guy
they,
is
like,
now in jail
crossing,
and
or
will stay
did
in
they
jail.
just take the golf
They
cart
tried to
off
drive
course?
home on the
Oh,
fucking
God,
cart.
Fucking idiots.
All right, this is fucked
That's
up.
A woman in
horrible.
her 60s has
We
been
got something
repeatedly
else.
stomped on in a vicious kangaroo attack on the Gold Coast. Live to Mackenzie.
Hold on.
A vicious kangaroo attack.
This happened yesterday, by the way. Let's just start this
Someone
out.
did they get stomped to death?
A woman in her 60s has been repeatedly
60s.
stomped on in a vicious kangaroo attack on the Gold Coast. Live to Mackenzie Colohan at Arundel. Mackenzie, it happened during a round of golf.
So I don't know what golf is, but
That's why every time I go near those geese, I have a club in my hand because I will fuck up a goose.
yeah, those
those
get
animals
fucking
will come
angry.
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So golf course.
That's another pro tip. Don't approach the animals. They're not friendly. Do not feed the ducks. Do
They're
not
not-
pass
yeah.
go and collect $200. You will get stomped to death by a kangaroo.
Yeah. So there is not.
Animals on courses are not friendly.
Dude, there is not. Oh, we got a couple subscribers already. There, animals are not, just in general. A rule for life is, Disney movies are not real life.
Yeah, they don't want to be around you.
Yeah, they're not.
They
They're
don't wanna
not
be
friendly.
pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Melissa, golfers here at the Arundel Hills Country Club are no strangers to kangaroos. Some of our viewers may remember.
Okay, for those of you who didn't understand a fucking word he said golfers are here at the Arundel golf course and they're no strangers to kangaroos. There's lots of kangaroos there.
This course from a viral video last October where a mob of them hopped
said it
down the
happened
fairway
today.
and blocked a woman from taking her tee shot. But
No, you have to. Okay, so
Are you giving the
this is
backstory on?
yeah. This is what. See, we need the
That's all right,
visual.
just tilt it down.
You need to. You need to see this.
Just tilt it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so this
my
is the
God.
viral
It's
video
like
that you
deer,
probably
but
saw.
they're all kangaroos.
Right, exactly. So
Kangaroo
deer.
ambush, it says. An ambush is serious.
That's the 60-year-old lady. So what we're gonna do is play this
this
back.
course from a viral video last October where a mob of them hopped down the fairway and blocked a woman from taking her tee shot.
So what they did was there's probably, what are there, like 30 probably?
Yeah, at least.
25 or
They're
30,
everywhere.
maybe 40. They all so first off, kangaroos just in nature travel in gangs. They're literally called a gang of kangaroos.
Yeah, he called them a mob.
Yeah,
which
so
is synonymous.
right, and they will attack you all at once and fucking kill you. And have you ever seen like the videos of the kangaroos like flexing? They look like Mike Tyson in his prime.
I'm very
fur.
disturbed by this because I'm not going to go there, but
What?
I like the letter K. And so growing up and, in life, the letter K doesn't have a lot
Kangaroo.
of great words. And so like
Yeah.
kangaroo,
Chocolate
koala, and kite, kiwi, that's all you're working with.
Right,
And so
right.
I'm very sad because you just think, oh, kangaroo with their
Right.
sweet little pouch.
So what they're
Their
doing
pouch
is
of death and violence.
yeah, dude. So what they're doing is saying that, they look like a bunch of cuties and this lady was like, holy shit, she couldn't tee off.
Usually friendly relationship between the players and the Roos
She's
turned
gonna come
ugly
at her?
today when a 69-year-old woman was strolling down the first fairway and blindsided by a female Roo in what was described as a pretty vicious attack. Now, the
A female roo. There's
Vicious.
also a roo. So
I
if
thought
you
a roo was a baby.
no, listen to him say he's like
Female roo.
decided
Oh,
by a
kangaroo.
female Roo in what
Oh.
was described as a pretty vicious attack. Now, the victim is a member. She plays here regularly, and others have told us
these fucking.
that this is not...
So for
She's
those
like,
of you
"You're
who
naming
can't,
this
yeah,
golf course after me now.
you can't even see this, but they just show repeated videos of people just like putting out. By the way, does this
just like-
motherfucker have his cart on the green?
Probably.
100%.
Surely not.
We can't tell. There's a graphic in the way, but in the background, there's just all these kangaroos. So like,
No, it's like geese to courses here.
Exactly.
It's like
Or
kangaroos
deer.
instead.
But
But
probably
not even
geese,
that.
probably
Yeah, not
geese,
even that
probably
many.
geese.
Not
Yeah.
an isolated incident. This female Roo was a particularly nasty piece of work with a history.
nasty piece of work.
You better not ever describe me as a nasty piece of work.
I just say that fucking word that we were saying earlier. No, I don't think I've ever called you a cunt.
No, I would not be sitting here if you did.
I don't think Let's see. To my boys, have I ever said what a fucking? I don't think so. No. It's gonna come off like we're very domestic violence-y, but I mean,
no.
And we joke about fighting, but honestly, we've been in like two fights.
I likened it to, some people just sweep shit under the rug. Like we don't even own a rug. Like there's nowhere to sweep things.
So we just throw it all over each other and then go get in the shower.
Duke it out with the dust bunnies, and then the house is clean again, and then we're fine. But yeah, there is no rug. There is no sweeping. There is only battles to the death and then lovemaking. That's all. Yeah, so it's fine. We're not violent. We love each other.
It's like choke fucking, not really.
Stop. God bless America.
Of aggressive behaviour. Here is what paramedics had to say about the attack today.
Oh, no.
She's fallen to the ground at that first kick, and then when she's been on the ground, she's been stomped a number of times by the kangaroo.
That's
that first kick.
But the fact that they're like taking this seriously enough to do like a press conference about it. They're like outside of the hospital at a podium, like giving people an update like it's Tiger Woods and the Genesis SUV.
Dude, you don't know. Look, look, he's inside the fucking hangar for the ambulance or the garage for the ambulance.
She's fallen to the ground at that first kick. And then when she's been on the ground, she's been stomped a number of times by the kangaroo. She had some quite significant lacerations to her face, her arms and her legs.
She's 60, dude. She's made out of...
The woman was taken to hospital and did require some surgical sutures to her jaw, but the good news is, Melissa, she has been discharged.
As opposed to
tonight at home, where
sutures?
she's expected to make a full recovery.
What did you just say?
He said surgical sutures as opposed to non-surgical sutures.
Yeah, what kind of sutures?
It's like lived experience versus. Can you have an experience if you didn't live through it? So aren't they all lived it? Like, aren't they all surgical sutures? I guess like the fucking.
That is lived.
The starter
experience
didn't do it,
two.
like so it is surgical because they're at the hospital and not still in
The
the course.
starter didn't do it. The starter shows up and starts sewing your face
Clearly,
up.
the kangaroo problem is bad. Like people need to be trained in non-surgical suturing.
That is good to hear, Mackenzie. Thank you.
Oh, good to hear, Mackenzie. Thank you.
Say that again. Do that again.
No.
No, that was pretty good.
I can't now. I'm nervous. That's terrible.
Dude.
It's also, I guess it's good that they don't have worse shit happening, that they can just talk about kangaroo attacks.
Oh, man.
Look
at that traffic homicide. We got to find video, we have to find video and audio
for a very dark turn.
For the Florida passenger. Here, I'm going to read this a little bit. So passenger dies after drunken golf cart accident at Floridian National Golf Club. Owned by the Houston Astros owner, and a Texas man is facing manslaughter charge after a deadly car.
Why has it got to be a Texas man?
Because he went out there because the Astros
I understand.
owner.
I'm just saying, be better.
At a ritzy Florida course that counts President Barack Obama and W as members. John Hare.
Oh, we're just blasting him.
53. Yeah, fuck
Spring.
him.
That's where some of my besties live. What up? Spring, Texas, hold it down.
That's by
Get
Houston,
your people
right?
under control. Yeah, it's north.
Climbed into a cart with two passengers after leaving the Floridian National Golf Club at around 11 p.m.
How do
Tuesday
you even have
night.
access to a cart at 11 p.m.? Like, shouldn't they be in a cart barn, like all freshly washed and waiting for the next day's shenanigans?
Port St. Lucie, these fucking guys do crazy shit.
Savages.
Air was driving back to a residence in the exclusive golf community when he ran over a raised manhole cover, police said. Chris Cipra, 34, also of Texas, was standing up in the rear of the cart. So he's... And by the way, these are probably ungoverned carts,
For
so
sure.
they can go.
They're going fast,
25 miles an hour.
and like
so.
you hit the smallest bump, and you're gonna like smash your head on the roof. Like these are not. It's not a gentle ride.
Right. So he's in the back holding on, probably
maybe
shit-faced.
half holding on. He probably has a drink in one hand and halfway holding on with the other.
You're 100% right. What do they drink in
Allegedly.
Florida down there? Like fucking pina coladas. What bullshit pussy ass
I don't even
stuff
know.
they drink down there.
I have no idea.
So he was thrown off the vehicle and into a roadway. But see, they don't say he was hit by a car.
Well,
he must
look,
have.
about to say, he died from his injuries.
He was rushed to a local.
Unclear what injuries he sustained from being tossed into the road.
How do you get thrown off a golf course and fucking die? And you're 34.
If you're hammered, it's 11 p.m. You're standing on the back.
But you're
probably,
34?
And we're going to preface all this by saying allegedly, because we weren't there, we don't know. Yeah, I mean, people are idiots at all ages. What do you think? 34? Did you?
No, I'm saying 34. You should bounce off that fucking ground and just get up.
Well, I mean,
how would you
depending on
have to fall?
I mean, the spine is a delicate situation. So if he hits a curb and smashes the side of his head, like you never know.
So the Texan was released on $50K bond, according to court records, owned by
Why
Houston.
I got to bring Jim Crane into this? It ain't his fault.
Owned by Houston Astros owner Jim Crane, the Floridian is considered one of the premier golf facilities in the country, attracted top players, including Tiger Woods.
Obama and W.
So they were like, let's put Jim Crane.
Let's just slander all. They just drag them all through here to make it more sensational.
Is Trump in this story somewhere?
No.
Where's Trump? There's got to be Trump on this page
is the
somewhere.
greatest.
Jesus. See, that's why we do golf on the news.
But they weren't playing golf. This was like 11 p.m. golf community
They played golf
shenanigans.
earlier in the morning.
It does not say that.
I bet you they
It
did.
doesn't say that.
I bet you they
But
did.
it doesn't say that.
I bet you they did.
This is why
so
we
it's
argue.
always drunken fucking golf court crashes. It's always drunken fights. It's always kangaroo attacks.
Don't drink and drive anything, preferably, or don't drink too much and drive. And certainly do not approach animals or don't approach them without a club in your hand. I tried to take a video of these geese at Vintners the other day. There was like a mama and a daddy and the babies and then other big geese and little geese. And then they came out of the water and the mom was like shaking her head at me like, come at me, bitch, and I will tear you up.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
So I
Hold
exited the area.
You did what?
One of the geese, I think, actually went and sat on one of my co-players' balls off the edge of the green.
Recently?
Wednesday. 2 days ago.
All right,
There's
we
a
got
lot of
one.
geese out there.
We got one last story here. Hold on.
I always try to kind of hit them when I'm on the driving range.
Now know
but
the
I'm not
name
that
of the woman
accurate.
killed in a golf cart crash in Holly Springs, Stephanie
God, what happened to
Martin.
this lady?
And we know her relationship to the driver charged. They were husband and wife.
Oh, dude. A guy, that would be like if I killed you in a golf cart.
Well, and that's like the double whammy because theoretically we're going to hope it wasn't intentional, but like you lose your spouse and it's your fault.
Charges? If I killed you how could I even kill you in a golf cart accident? We almost killed Jason with the J.
It happened over the weekend at the
Hold on.
We now know the name of the woman killed in a golf cart crash in Holly Springs, Stephanie
Where's Holly
Martin.
Springs?
And we know her relationship to the driver
North
charged.
Carolina.
They were husband and wife. It happened over the weekend at the 12 Oaks community. WREL's Amanda
One less Oaks with this bitch dead.
Lamb was in that neighborhood today and joins us now from the Wake County Justice Center, where she spoke to the DA about the case. Amanda?
What happened, Amanda? Tell us.
Deborah, District Attorney Lauren Freeman told me here today that this case is by no means...
Wait, I'm
Did you ever-
invested. Why aren't you playing this?
Hold on. Did you ever watch, you never watched like Family Guy or any of that shit?
No.
Me neither. But there is the Asian reporter, Trisha Takanawa.
I'm not familiar.
She always talks like this when she
Like all
reports on the news.
Trash-ass news people?
Right. Listen to this.
It's over. It is still under investigation. Lauren Freeman told me here today that
Here today. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
that
bad.
shit. It's so funny. Nobody talks.
All right, I want to hear what happened.
this case is by no means over. It is still under investigation. They are waiting for blood toxicology reports. They had investigators back at the scene doing reconstruction today and also trying to get surveillance video from the clubhouse where witnesses say they attended a party shortly before this accident. In the 12 Oaks community in Holly Springs, residents drive golf carts just about everywhere they go.
See, so this is all like people driving the carts in the community. It's not necessarily associated with a round of golf. They were just at a party. Yeah, this is just rich idiots in neighborhoods with golf carts.
This is on the 12 Oaks golf course. They're at the clubhouse, like going to this party. And by the way, these golf course carts that they have, I think like they keep showing them. They're like the jacked up ones on the big tires and like the fucking seats in the back and shit.
Right, that's like their own personal. It's not the...
In the 12 Oaks community in Holly Springs, residents drive golf carts just about everywhere they go in the neighborhood.
There are golf carts everywhere. They have golf cart parades on holidays and things,
America.
so I say a lot of the people
motherfucker.
here in the neighborhood own golf carts.
Mary Dyer takes her granddaughter to the pool.
I take my granddaughter, we buckle her in. She likes to be buckled in.
You better, because
People
bitches
who
be
live here
dying
are
out
thinking
here.
more about safety after Stephanie Martin.
Stephanie looks like Veronika Vestgood.
Oh, she's hot?
Yeah,
Be nice. She's deceased.
Whoa, you think you're hot?
Well, I would hope that you weren't comparing her to someone that was hideous. That would be weird.
No, she's good looking. Look at her.
That's weird. That's suspicious. I need that.
Passenger
like,
in a golf cart fell and died from her.
You are hot.
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Yeah, you are hot.
Oh no.
Injuries. Her husband, Jeremy Martin.
Look at this cockeyed This guy's cockeyed. Look at him.
Probably still drunk.
Martin was behind the wheel and has been charged
He's
with drunk
cockeyed,
driving
look.
and having an open container of alcohol.
Yeah, this is a tragic case. And as you know, I mean, this involves a husband and his wife.
Wake County District Attorney
Dude,
Lawrence.
this fool is probably driving this fucking piece of shit home because he thinks it's less dangerous than driving a car home. Because
sure.
it is. It's a fucking golf cart.
Right. It doesn't.
Nobody
go
should
60
die in
and-
these things.
I know. People are idiots. And maybe they hit a
Freeman
speed bump
says
just
the
like the other people hit a
message is that
pothole. They're
you
not paying
cannot
attention.
drink alcohol
Because
and
those golf
operate-
carts, do they have it? They don't have headlights by default, right?
These
So-
do.
okay.
These all will. They have tail
country
lights
club,
even.
like,
yeah.
personal-
Look, see how there's like
Yeah,
tail
yeah.
lights on there? Yeah.
The Facutaritas used to have a jacked up golf cart with like wet
Any
sounds and
type
shit on
of
it.
vehicle,
I know, it's
even
crazy.
a golf cart.
All the same things of, not driving if you've been drinking,
I
making
love
sure you're
Southern
wearing a
accents.
seatbelt. All of those things still
All of those
apply.
things.
Freeman tells
Still
us the
apply.
case is still under
This shit
investigation.
never happens in places
and more
without
charges could follow.
Southern
We'll wait
accents,
to
by
get
the way.
all of the information before we make a final decision as to appropriate charges.
Meanwhile, neighbors say Martin, a local optometrist,
Dude, you lose your wife, and then they're coming after you for charges. Like, you've been punished enough, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's
like this. Obviously, she's pissed drunk, so she's like, if you and I got in a golf cart
Maybe
and I
not.
died, I wouldn't want you to go to jail after I'm dead. It's like I got in there with you drunk. Would you want me to go to jail? Like in this situation?
No, but it's like the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And like in the spirit of y'all being married and he's suffered enough, but the letter of the law is like you killed someone. I'm not.
The bitch fell out. It's
I am-
her fault.
No,
Who
it's
the
probably
fuck
his
falls
fault
out
for-
of the
He
thing?
was probably driving like an asshole. We
Just
don't know.
hold on.
Allegedly, we don't know.
Hold on.
Maybe she was. What if he
She
was like,
wasn't
about
holding
to-
on that good if she
what
ended up underneath the goddamn
No, but there's
thing.
been a time or two where you've like, and like seen your ball and like taken a hard turn and I'm like, whoa, and almost like fly out.
Yeah,
So
but
if
you
it's
don't
night
because
and-
you're holding on.
Well, it's also the middle of the day and I've only had 2 drinks, not 14 panty rippers or whatever they're drinking in North. Oh, no, they're
What's
not
a
in Florida.
panty ripper?
You've never heard of a panty ripper?
What is a panty?
Look it up, Google it. It's a shot. It's like a fuzzy navel, like all those stupid ass like Cabo Wabo shots. Look up fuzzy navel shot. It's like peach schnapps and just sugar trash. What's in it? You ever heard of a fuzzy navel?
Yeah, no, I didn't say anything about a fuzzy navel. I said a panty ripper.
Oh, sorry, a panty ripper. All same thing. What's in it?
1 ounce of coconut rum.
Yep.
All
there
right.
you go.
there-
Sugar.
I'm in there.
Yep.
I'm in there.
Yep.
2 ounces of pineapple juice. Pretty
Delicious. Okay.
A splash of grenadine.
Also, yep, red
A
and
cherry
sweet.
and an orange or pineapple slice for garnish.
Yeah.
So it's grenadine, pineapple. Yeah, it's just
Rum,
coconut.
pineapple
It's
juice,
just rum and
grenadine,
pineapple
right,
with some grenadine.
Yeah.
A panty ripper. Why is it called a panty? What does it do to
Because
the
you'll be
panties?
ripping your panties off after you have too many of them, I guess.
Really?
I think so.
Let's order some for it. Here.
Oh,
Would you drink some in here with you? Dude.
Man, I would be diabetic before I was
I'm
drunk.
just when people do stupid things, like his life is ruined. He killed his gorgeous wife. He's a cockeyed
She is
motherfucker. Like he
Is
shouldn't
it
have been
ironic
with her
that
anyways.
she's an optometrist and he has a lazy eye? I think they said she's an optometrist.
You're totally right. He is an optometrist, and this fool has
Maybe he
a
threw out
fucking
because he's like,
cockeye.
bitch, I've been telling you to fix my eye. And he just threw it.
Just like kicks her out of the fucking thing.
Yeah, it might have been. See, maybe he does need to be charged.
All right, no, let's find out. So actually, I just realized this was a year ago. So what's his name?
I feel like we're like on 5 and the next bathroom's not until the turn. And I'm like, okay, how much longer till the next bathroom?
Do you got to piss right now?
Yeah, but I mean, we're almost.
No, we're wrapping it up. We're
yeah,
wrapping
we're
it up.
almost at game time.
Jeremy. Next
You're gonna look
on
at
the
this-
Off-Brand Golf Show, we'll find out if Jeremy Rollins Martin
Ever got his lazy eye fixed or if he killed his optometrist wife out of spite.
Let's see.
They had too many panty rippers.
Sentence. He had to have been sentenced by now, right? Oh shit. He was in trouble before this.
Oh, dun dun dun. See, he's a repeat offender.
He went to jail. Wow, this guy went to jail in 2007.
See, for what? Some shady shit?
Let's find
Spiking some panty rippers? All right, I'm done with the panty ripper thing.
Finding him guilty of attempted first-degree burglary.
Oh, I thought you were saying first degree murder. I was like, Jesus, take the wheel. We need a whole podcast about this saga.
Oh, it's not the same guy.
Oh.
Oops, sorry, guy.
I was like,
I
that's
just
way
fucking
too good.
slandered you. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Wow. Okay. Oh, driving while impaired charges.
Isn't his name pretty common? Like you're not gonna find
Jeremy Rollins Martin? No way.
Jeremy
That's
Martin?
A terrible name. Jeremy Martin is different. I don't think he's been sentenced yet, so it's probably still a grinding. Unless they dismissed, maybe. I bet they dismissed the case.
Surely.
Yep, it was dismissed. Yep. No. Fuck it, she dead.
Oh my God. Rest in peace. She was beautiful. Poor thing.
Damn, dude.
Not that it's only sad when pretty people.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you just turned her into a fucking...
It's like Jonbenet Ramsay. Do you think that Katy Perry is Jonbenet Ramsay?
Yes, I do.
No, do you really?
No, we talked about this?
Really?
Have we not talked about this?
I don't know.
I 100% think Jonbenet Ramsay is Katy Perry. Jonbenet Ramsay. It's 100% her.
By the way, earlier when you said the annals of history, is it not annals? Like, is it spelled differently?
Annals.
Is it spelled differently or just pronounced differently?
A-N-U.
Oh, it is
L-S. Annals.
I feel like
it's not annals of history.
But like the butthole of history, that's like a faraway place.
Buttholes plural. Buttholes.
I said the butthole of history.
I've had enough of you, lady.
No. Oh, I thought you turned my mic off. Don't do that.
Oh, I can I?
No.
Be valuable.
No. No. All right. What did we learn today? In
that
summary,
don't bring your fucking wife into your golf show.
Bro, that's not at all what we learned. You're an idiot. You love having me on the golf course and on the golf show.
No, I've been trying to get you in here forever. You won't do it.
I live really far away.
You used to not live very far away.
I know, and now I do.
All the poop and homeless people stacked up in the city.
Yeah, I had never seen anyone shoot heroin until I sat at a red light in San Francisco.
Dude,
and
I was in the car with you, and you
the rest of my life without seeing this. I can't unsee this.
Shoot heroin.
It's very sad.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you're wondering what city that is, it's pretty easy to figure out. Okay,
yeah, it's very unfortunate. All right, so we learned.
What we really learned today.
We really learned that if you don't take out your anger at your husband or boyfriend on his golf.
Kangaroo.
No, buy a kangaroo and have the kangaroo take out your anger on him. So there's going to be like a spike in kangaroo purchases. It's going to be like sex trafficking, but people are smuggling in kangaroos to fight their spouse to the death.
Shit out of your husband.
Suburban man strangely dies by kangaroo stomping in suburban somewhere that kangaroos aren't native. Yeah, whatever. Just be mad at him about other things, but don't like take it out on him wanting to play golf. Like let the guy play golf. And if you're a guy and you're listening to this and you go play golf, let the bitch do some shit she wants to do too. Like, come on, make some time, watch the kids, take them to your mama's house, whatever, I don't care. But like, don't just ask to go play golf and leave her in the shit. She's in the thick of it all week, all the time. She probably works too. Kids screaming. That's not fun for anybody.
Bring her home a hat.
She doesn't want a hat at all. Absolutely not. But also men just generally cannot estimate time. So when he says what time he's going to be back, just know that it's probably not even malicious that he's not back in time. They're just donkeys and don't know how to keep time. Yeah, so give it a shot. Next time you're traveling in a beautiful destination, go to the spa on a different day or just bang the spa entirely and go out for a round of golf and just be present, enjoy it.
I'm going to get you on here for so I still have not done the Augusta recap.
Oh.
You should definitely be
obviously.
That should not be a solo thing.
No. Augusta's the greatest place on earth.
How do you like the studio?
It's good. That's a nice vibe.
You were like weirded out that we were like completely in the dark, right?
Well, we went from like it got
fluorescent lights
to like very like intimate and like.
But it's not that dark in here.
No, not now, and not with your laptop like on and tilted this way where I'm seeing the light too.
Even like closed, your eyes adjust to it, and then you just deal with like the mood lighting, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh my God! What if people in the comments like, "Shut her up, she sucks"? I'll be so sad.
Yeah, you'll be out of here. Actually, they
surely guys wouldn't say that because I'm like advocating for them. Like I'm team guys golfing, so I'm trying to help them out.
Good looking girls in fucking golf are always going to do fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Cool.
But all right. So yeah, we'll do the Augusta recap. We'll have to have you into that. So to tease that episode for Christmas 2021, I went out and I was very thoughtful about the gifts that I got for
Pro V2.
Mrs. Pro V2.
So
I'm just going to call you Pro V2 from now on.
It's so great.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All the way here for it.
So Pro V2, thoughtful golf gifts, right? So she's been to the Masters twice. She's decided that sometime last year she was going to, try swinging a golf club and see how she goes. So I will say, just right out of the box, the most athletic, natural, balanced, pretty, like, I'm jealous because my golf swing looks awful. I think it looks awful.
I just look like a baseball player that's swinging really hard.
Yeah. But just driver. No other club in the bag do I look like that, I don't think.
Your wedge shots are pretty. There's some finesse there. I'm a classically trained ballerina, so that grace comes in handy with my swing.
Control your language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. All right. So anyways, done. No more compliments for you fucker. So, got her a 7-iron. She's been working on it. She decided that she wanted to get some clubs and like full on get lessons, get after it. So she started that late last year. So got her a golf themed,
Masters themed,
or Masters themed
of course
golf
it's
bag.
golf theme. It's a golf
Yeah,
bag.
yeah. So did that. Got some other stuff, right? Some like club head covers and like some whatever
accessories for the bag.
Yeah, yeah. So did all the stuff. Your boy didn't get shit. So I got like one or two presents like that I opened prior to Christmas, and then Christmas there was like nothing, like 2 things I think, right? And this is kind of how it went.
Sure.
Yeah, there were like 2 more presents. One was they were all very awesome gifts,
Like shoes you wanted. And
Yeah.
wireless backpack, and then like all the vest and that whole other hole, and yeah.
Vest?
he didn't
What
get
vest?
shit. All the winter unis you were hooked up with.
I got winter unis from you.
Yeah.
What were they?
All those like button downs and the jeans and the vest and the jacket that you've proceeded to lose since then because you're a child.
Yeah, you're right. So all the clothes I left in a hotel somewhere.
Correct.
Yeah. So I did get a bunch of
Just
of
don't make it
clothes.
sound like you got
Right.
shorted because you
But
didn't.
by the way, these were not Christmas dresses. These were prescribed fucking outfits because we were gonna have snow pictures taken later on the next month.
and this guy
so it wasn't
spends
presents. It was like, I want
literally
you to
he
wear this
puts
shit and I'm gonna buy it for you.
99% effort into his golf unis and 1% into like some smattered haphazard happenings of other clothes.
Horse shit. Our first date, you were like, I love your style.
You got a good swag, but it could be updated, and you update your golf
No.
shit way more
So
than
she
you do
doesn't
your
like
personal
no.
wardrobe.
She doesn't like shawl collared sweaters or like
No,
big
God, they're
turtleneck. Yeah, she
terrible.
thinks they're out of date, but people wear them like all the time.
Find me one people wearing it.
Tom fucking Brady wears big old shawl
He
collar
used to,
shirts.
and he is an absolute douchebag. So next,
Chris
moving
Pine
on.
in the fucking movie that came out like a year ago or like this year.
Also, these are not good examples.
Oh my God.
No,
Chris-
it's terrible.
2 of like the
You
hottest
need to
men
lose
on
those
planet Earth.
sweaters and leave them in a
fuck
hotel.
outta here.
They're bad.
So she's just gonna, whatever. I mean, you've had sex with me on multiple occasions, so my style couldn't have been that bad. Yeah, I win.
You got plenty for Christmas.
I win.
Besides,
Right. So, but the thing is like I probably opened it a few days. So I get this, I pick up this box that's delicately wrapped, and I open it up. First off, I pick it up and it weighs
Literally
3
nothing.
ounces. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is in here? So I open this thing up and I'm thinking, fuck, I really got shafted on Christmas. My rich ass girlfriend's like fucking holding out. Like, what's going on? I had thought none of that, but I was curious about like what was in this thing, and I opened it up, and on the top there was something, right?
the shrapnel from my Halloween costume, like a little master's flag and a master's yardage book.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So, and I'm like,
He thought I just got him like some master's accessories.
yeah, I was like, what is this random master stuff? And I pull that up off the top and dig through like the styrofoam peanuts or whatever.
Oh
was
my
in
God,
there.
they were not styrofoam peanuts. It was probably like beautifully crinkle cut red and green paper.
Yeah, that. So I opened that up, and there is a flyer, like a clearly homemade, like flyer, like in paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the old brother printer.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was on high quality paper though, at least.
It was.
It was a nice printer paper.
It's in the other room here. So and it's all I see is the visual part, which is a picture of her standing at the
So
Masters.
like text on the left and then a little picture on the right.
Right. And the picture is of her standing at the Masters, like in front of the fucking scoreboard, like, hey, I'm at the Masters. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And then I see a picture of me that I recognize that she took like when we were playing Spanish Bay and Pebble or something. And I'm standing there and I'm like awkwardly turned and she's got it like superposed like next to her
It's like
in the
some
Masters.
ghetto ass Photoshop.
It was
Like,
bad.
keep your day job.
Yeah, she didn't even like cut me out. She just took
I
the
don't know how
block,
to do all
the
that.
square.
Yeah, that's it.
Watch a YouTube video, okay?
Absolutely not.
And I look at it and I'm reading through it and I realize she has itineraried on this sheet.
Can you use the word itinerary in that form? Itineraried?
There was an
Is that
itinerary
synonymous for scheduled?
in Augusta of dinner, round at the Masters, another dinner, hotel, like
Airbnb,
drive, hang out in Atlanta for the first night, like all this shit. And I put it all together and I'm like, holy shit, like flights, everything. She got an entire trip to the not just tickets, but cottage.
It was a cottage. It was precious.
Dinner.
Dinner reservations were booked. Planes, trains, automobiles, rental car done.
All of it. And I will just say that I was overcome with emotion. I think I cried.
It was so sweet. There, you were definitely a little misty-eyed.
It was
Walker does have feelings.
beautiful. It was amazing. So the first thing I did was take her to the airport when we flew to this trip and then reamed her out, got mad at her, threatened to go home, like threw
Almost
a shit
didn't
fit.
board the plane.
Almost didn't board the fucking plane. I was so
literally,
mad.
like, almost exits TSA, like that big red line that's like, do not come back across this. Like, contemplate.
I like
the
walked
meaning of
up to the
life.
line and was
Meanwhile,
like,
I'm
I
sitting on the
should
plane like this fucking idiot. It's just a disaster.
leave. He's gonna fucking show up.
Oh,
I know he's
yeah.
gonna show up. And the sad part, so I act like a fucking child. And the sad part about this is 85 to 97% of why I'm behaving like a fucking child is because I slept for 2 hours the night before because we had to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to like go make this flight. And like Veronika is a just staunch supporter of flying late at night versus early in the morning, whereas I'm like, dude, go early, get there.
Anytime after noon, I'm good with. I just don't do the early morning flight because it just fucks your whole day. You're
It fucks your whole day
You're
up.
pissed off.
And I'm
it's
just
horrible.
like, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
No,
the
it's
first time we
fucking
try it, I just explode into a
mutiny.
fucking like
a
airport
mob of kangaroos.
rage. Dude.
Horrible. I would have rather dealt with a mob of kangaroos than you that morning.
Full
It was
kangaroo.
Terrible.
It was a disaster. So to show
Absolute
my thanks for
disaster.
this wonderful gift, I throw a fucking
Shows his
shit bit of
ass.
excised proportions. This is a fucking disaster.
It was an absolute disaster.
So the rest of the trip from there was beautiful.
It
I had
was
to like
amazing.
knock it out when we got to the hotel and like say I was sorry. And that's what I mean.
Eventually.
Yeah. It was after some protest, but yeah, we'll go over that in the next one. But for now, I just want to
Scared me.
pretend like that part never happened. It's probably one of my shittier moments in life. Like not even this relationship.
Yeah, I hope so because it was bad. But I still love you.
Oh, so let's do we have Pro V2? Do we have Pro V2 back on the show, or do we tell her to fuck off permanently?
Yeah, right.
I'll do whatever you guys say. Like I'll just tell. Hey,
You're
look.
just gonna kick me out of the cart at a high rate of speed.
Bunch of dickheads
Near a
in the
curb.
YouTube comments said throw her off
I'm
a
not
manhole.
looking at the comments. I'm not looking at them at all.
I don't even. The thing is, like right now, I'm sad because I'm not to like the Joe Rogan level, where you can just ignore all that shit. Like I have to. Like I want to. Like
You don't
I want
have to. You get to. You still get to engage with your audience.
Right. There
at
aren't
the level
50,000
that-
of them,
totally,
and you can't.
totally.
Right. So it's good.
All right, well, ladies, go play golf. Let us know how it went. Let us know you go out. We'll call your hotel and send you guys a bottle of champagne to congratulate you for not sucking as a couple anymore.
By the way, this was a 2-hour show.
What?
How do you feel about that?
I feel great about
She
it.
hates that I'm like longer than like 45 minutes.
I just think that people generally have a very short attention span. So
I know,
this
but
is a
people,
lot.
you can listen to it in parts, I think.
I think you do that. I don't know if the average consumer does.
Nobody else does?
I don't think so. But we just both really like ourselves and like to listen to ourselves talk. So this was a wonderful 2 hours.
I will out you for just being in here on the microphone by yourself, being like, listen to my Texas accent.
I should read audiobooks.
You should read.
Pleasant to listen to.
Sex phone lines, whatever.
No, not that.
OnlyFans.
No.
OnlyFans of just your voice. Can you do that?
Should we start that? Trademark.
Do you know that bitch on Dr. Phil, the fucking Cash Me Outside chick, made $52 million last year?
What? No.
On OnlyFans, $52 million. Do you know what else?
She was hideous looking.
She didn't even get naked.
This is what's wrong with the planet. People are mad that Elon Musk bought Twitter so he can like restore free speech. Be mad at fucking trash ass OnlyFans donkeys.
$52 million. She didn't even get naked.
That is criminal.
I don't.
Dude, the internet is a literal sewer.
It's a sewer.
It is a sewer.
That this show floats in like a floater turd.
Like just a little kangaroo turd alongside everybody else.
What's a river in Australia? Is there one?
I have no idea.
All right. So
thanks, y'all.
You're getting muted. Say bye.
Oh, bye everyone.
So thanks so much for if you got this far. Thanks so much. I didn't remind you, but please subscribe. If you're in here listening to this, you liked it, you enjoyed it, be a part of my family. Jump in, subscribe, and I don't even know about the notification bell, and I feel weird about saying smash that like button, smash it. So I'm not going to say that. Just subscribe so we can connect on the weekly. Thanks, guys.